Hello.
Hello, hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome, one and all. I almost thought my tea wouldn't heat in time, but it did.
Good.
And I'm very. Hello, cool
Hello,
cat.
cool cat.
Welcome, welcome.
How are you on this fine Thursday that I had apparently forgotten that the new episode of Cherry Magic comes out today, and I was like, oh, I have to watch it.
Because there was no Cherry Magic episode last week.
There wasn't?
No, there wasn't.
I completely forgot about it then. Is that what happened?
I'm pretty sure they skipped a week because I checked it this weekend and there was nothing.
Then I skipped a week and I have no idea what day it is anymore. Jesus, I totally missed that then.
I don't think you skipped because you told me about episode 3.
No, yeah, but I'm saying I didn't even notice if they didn't come out with one last week.
Oh, I see.
Nice pastry puff. Yeah, like I didn't even check to like see that there wasn't one. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I don't know.
Gotcha.
I have to look it up right now.
I'm pretty sure they skipped a week because I don't remember seeing the update.
I don't even know what the freaking. Well, sometimes the service we use like skips a week. Remember that happened to us once with the show?
Oh yeah, that was painful.
Okay, what is the Japanese title, please? Wikipedia.
30 something 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 something.
Yeah. No, why did it? Okay, there it is.
Pretty sure
I found it.
You? Found you?
Yeah, but they use the number 30.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll just write 30 and it'll come up. It did.
I feel that you saying fun
right,
was hesitant
4.
there, cool cat. Why the hesitance?
Oh, yeah. What, did you have a crow light hit your window? And hello, Mason. Hello, Pastry Puff. You have arrived just on time. Perfect timing there. Well, you know what? If I forgot a week, I'm happy it was a week. Apparently they didn't upload because I didn't miss it.
Oh, trust me. I would have told you because apparently they're going into the B plot now. We get the romance novelist and the mail carrier.
Yes. Amazing.
Also, apparently the synopsis says Adachi is gonna get sick. So, sick fic.
I really like the slow burn that they're doing, though. It doesn't feel, annoying at this point.
It's not painful.
Yeah, it's like, this makes sense why you're not doing this, you know? Like, y'all need to figure yourselves out.
I love that they're both baby gays.
Yeah.
I love that Adachi is like, what the
We're
hell am I
talking about a
feeling? I've never
show
dealt with this before.
that is called 30 Years of Being a Virgin Made Me be able to...
Cherry Magic, 30 Years of Being a Virgin can make you a wizard.
Yeah, it's called... Yeah, so
just call it Cherry Magic.
Yeah, we just call it Cherry Magic. It's a BL.
It is a boys' love. It is a boys' love show.
And
but it's
they're
very
older,
good.
right? It's the 30s, so...
Yeah, they're in their 30s, so it's definitely like, we're not talking high school, we're talking like adults figuring out romance
but it so far has been very, very sweet. Nothing really cringe in like the bad way. You know, like sometimes you cringe with the characters, but like you're meant to.
Thrown the BL tropes of the past out the window.
Yeah,
like normally with BL, you have the one person who's not super experienced and is like super like...
It's really modern. It's really
very like
in touch
almost. Okay,
with,
apparently.
Like, nowadays.
But like in this one, they're both like, this is their first experience.
Both of them are like, this is the first guy I've ever liked. What is this experience?
What do I do? And one of them is literally, oh, I'll hang out with him and see how it goes. The other is, I will avoid him.
Yeah, but they're both,
I can't deal with
trying
feelings.
to figure it out. So it is a slow burn, but it's in a way where it's like, I'm not like annoyed that they're like...
in a way. It's not a slow burn in the sense that we know you feel that way, we know you feel that way, just say it already.
Yeah, it's more like they're both trying to figure out their feelings, and they're both trying to be like, you know, I don't want to push the other person away because I'd rather them in my life. You know, it's also the you know, it kind of leans a little bit into... It's not like they were friends before, but it definitely leans a little into the like, I don't want to ruin what we have, you know, for one of them. So it is definitely like interesting. It's very good though. So far. I mean, there's only 3 episodes that I've seen. There's 4 now. Just came out today. But yeah.
Oh,
but yes, Oscar, I saw you got the poster. Thank you very much for your support.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, so we have a total of 5 posters to print, Mars, and one of them's the big one. One of them's the big one, because Enthuse really wanted the big one.
Gonna love us.
So Enthuse was our first place prize winner from our anniversary stream on Tuesday, and
I feel like they could go on
the
refrigerator door.
Yeah, for refrigerator door is like the miscellaneous drawer, you know, like if it's a video, if it's a photo, like that's where it goes. If it's a meme, you know, that's where it goes. It's just like stuff you want to show people, but it doesn't really fit anywhere else. I feel like that's what refrigerator door is a good way to describe.
It's where the cool stuff you want to show off goes.
And hello, Winnie. Oh, I'm so glad you like the Owl House. Yes, we'll be drawing King as a dragon, which will be interesting for me to figure out. Yeah. We'll have to get there.
I feel like the
Pastry
okay,
Puff, it's kind of those vibes, but it's less of the annoyance of like, you two just need to talk about your feelings, like in general, like Wright and Edgeworth need to do. These two are both like, I don't really understand anything right now.
Have baggage. These guys in Cherry Magic don't have baggage. Or at least none that's been talked about yet.
Yeah, like, none that we know
they're
yet.
Chill. They
have a little, like, you know, their life experiences are not perfect, obviously. But it's not like no one's father has died and they spent 15 years thinking that they killed him. You know, like, we don't have, you know, 8 poison for a girl that you thought you loved, you know, that loved you back. No, you know, like, we don't have any of that level of
emotional damage. Like, oh my gosh, everyone thinks I get by and don't acknowledge the hard work I do. That hurts my feelings. Like, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I feel like I have to be like role model because I've succeeded very well. We were talking about an anime that is just coming out. It's 4 episodes now, just today. It's called, it's got a very long title, but basically it's called Cherry Magic. You can find it by looking that up. And it's a boys love anime, which we highly recommend, but it is like, you know, it's adult romance, not like, you know, kid romance, which is a nice, like, honestly, it's one of those funny things where it's like, obviously I still watch a lot of shonen, which is always centered around like, you know, high school aged children, you know, middle school aged children. That's just kind of the demographic, but I love power friendship and stuff. But, you know, there's definitely been a lot more, like, older animes, you know, like, older character animes more recently, which we've been watching, which I'm pretty happy with. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. You know, I'm appreciating the anime about adults.
Yeah.
It's relatable.
I don't feel like, you know, maybe I just wasn't as into anime as before to even notice, but, like, yeah, they've been good.
Well, I did force you to watch quite a bit.
Yeah, but I'm even saying, like, Moriarty was, like, they're, like, adults, you know? Like, none of them were, like, children, you know? Like they were teenagers, you know?
Just for those first couple episodes, it's like, whoop, time skip.
Yeah, we had, like, the backstory and everything. But they, like, the characters themselves were adults operating under their own, you know, sort of deal and everything, right? So.
God, I want to rewatch Moriarty.
It's so good, it's so good. Trigun even, they're all adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even
You're gonna make me want to watch that now.
I'm sorry. But it's not even, like, something where it's, like, you know, like, we're specifically seeking, like, older, just, like, the characters are just older in these ones. You know what I'm saying?
They're just... They happen to come up on our feed, and then we're like, ooh, that looks interesting, and then we're like, ooh, we like it, this is a vibe.
Same with, you know, Buddy Daddies, they're adults. What was the other one? We watched another one.
Billionaire Detective.
Yeah, they're adults, you know?
That was fantastic, that was beautiful.
Oh, top tier, highly recommend that one as well.
That's another. Balance Unlimited walks so Buddy Daddies could run.
Yeah, and top tier though, both of them great.
The opening slaps so hard.
But I just feel like in general, like the only one I could think about that's really like young, like school age characters is Jujutsu Kaisen, you know? And a lot of the like
Kaisen and Food Wars. Those are the two.
Food Wars was young too. Food Wars is younger than you expect because they're like middle school and you kind of just stop thinking about it.
Middle
very
school.
Early. It's very weird. I've seen some of the animated Harley Quinn Maison, and it is very good. I've only seen good stuff about that rendition of it.
I've only seen it in clips, but it looks.
I love the Harley Batman interactions. That's good stuff. There's something else. Yeah, even like Kekai Sensen, you know, is older characters. Just, you know, the vast majority of them.
Older characters sprinkled into the middle school characters.
Well, but you have like, you know, the main character is younger, but the vast majority of everybody else he's not like in school, you know. So it's
I'm sorry, it's been a rough week, Oscar.
Aw, sleep well, Oscar.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it. Don't force yourself to stay up. We're always happy to have you, but yeah, take time for yourself.
The day is over. You can start fresh again.
Honestly, I will say, now that February's hits, I'm like in a groove. Like I'm feeling it now. You know, I was worried.
I felt good when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, I was
like I felt so damn miserable yesterday. I don't know why. But today I was like, no, I'm on it. I'm on the game. I'm on the ball.
Yesterday I woke up, my leg didn't work. I made the most noise getting out of bed, yet somehow Dylan slept through it all and said I was the quietest I'd ever been, which is hilarious. And
never living that one down.
You know, definitely a bit of a crazy day about driving all over and hitting lots of traffic. And then today, I got to wake up with a brand new tire on my car, drove around my newly tired car. You know, I feel like this Thursday is very much feels like that we got over the hump, right? Like for me, really Monday sucked. Tuesday was dealing with it. Wednesday was like, you know, was like getting there, but
Tuesday, like, ugh. Wednesday was the worst of the worst. Wednesday was like the worst.
That's wild, Cat. I'd be so curious about exactly what's going on there. Why do you hate Coworker from Elevator Hitch? We're talking about Himbo. He's a very annoying character, and I will say they're not for everyone.
Helpful.
He's helpful, but in like a smarmy, accidental way. He's goofy, but he's also kind of annoying. And when you're stuck with someone like that, and you're not like particularly endeared to them yet, I can understand it being grating. You know.
I think it's one of those things where like the game is good. It's just it is short, so you can't really make a connection with that type of character.
Yeah. I loved him. Right away. I really enjoyed him, but I will say that Dylan is very similar to him in many ways. So I've already primed and ready. We even said it in our playthrough about how like this character was perfect for
Who
Dylan.
knows?
Well, like it very much stuck to me with the like my memory is great. What do you mean? You know, I think I would remember something like that. you
Like,
know,
okay, so what is
that
it?
was
You don't need
very
me telling
Dylan.
you.
That was so Dylan. Okay, I think I have to look up.
I wish I had an answer for you, Cool Cat. I don't know what even is school.
I like how when I type in King Owl House, one of the first images that comes up is his like collector outfit.
Ooh, love it.
I'm just trying to think of what sort of pose.
I would think at least one of those images would have to be his, like, I'm going to call it his fired up form that he had after Luce left the party. Just in case, like, I will hide spoilers just in case. Luce leaves the party for a brief while and he goes feral mode. And it's a very good design.
Let me type in feral mode then.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I know. Now I got it. Yes, that is good. Ooh, yes. I do need to use that.
Like, that is a hella good design.
Yes, it is a very good design. The mouth. I'm here for the mouth.
I'm here for the mouth fire. I'm here for the horns. I'm here for the teeth.
Okay. Very mild spoilers if you don't know. I'm about to put the image on the screen.
Why did you throw a pocket constitution at
1.
someone's face?
They needed to learn the law and learn it now. Sometimes I don't mean to break into my Phoenix voice.
Is the context. Look at that. The glow, the horns, the fang. Oh, just so good. So damn good.
Oh, so very good.
Tis peak. I've been watching these YouTubers recently. Ori, you definitely know them. But for chat, I have been listening to a lot of Am I the Asshole Reddit reads on YouTube. Yes. And there's one guy, well, technically two, but it's under one channel that I consistently watch called Timsterdamus. There we go.
Yes, I introduced Mars to them.
Yes, Ori got to introduce me to something.
It's rare, but every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, and they're good, like Princess Tutu and Oran High School Host Club. So, you know, like, I saved the good ones.
Ori picked quality stuff.
Oh, also, I supposedly got a good smile package to my house, so I don't know what that is.
No, you already have Vash.
Yeah. All I can think of ordering is Wolfwood.
Wait, Wolfwood?
Maybe.
I gotta check my account. Is he on the way?
I don't know. My mom was like, yeah, you got a package, like a smile pack. I'm like, what? Smile? Like, I was like, oh, I guess Good Smile is like the only brand I could think of. I haven't seen the package yet. I have to wait till Saturday. But like, I don't, like, Leos is on pre-order. I don't know if I ordered anybody else. You know, I can't remember anybody else.
Did you order a Natsu?
No, because I only want the really expensive one.
I'm gonna check.
No idea.
My account.
Like the Subway Surfer ones. I don't know what we're talking about, Nathan.
My order history. So I still have status pending for Wolfwood. He's not even in the processing phase yet.
Yeah,
but they do have it listed as shipment in Q1 of 2024.
So I don't know.
So
I don't know what we're talking about. The
Q1 is the beginning of the year.
Yes, Q1 is the beginning of the year.
It could be Wolfwood. You might have gotten him before me.
I'm gonna try and check. Honestly, my emails for that sort of thing really suck. So I have too many emails at this point, and it just really makes it really difficult.
I have my general email that I have had since middle school.
Yeah.
I have my school email that I had for undergrad. Now I have my graduate school email. We're already up to 3. I have a junk email
I know
that
what
I
it is.
have for purchasing things. And then I have a business email that I'm going to use when I'm in the workforce. And then I have another email specifically for Outcast related stuff.
Yeah, I share that Outcast related email.
So
I have the origami art email.
emails.
I have my from, middle school, like when I first ever got an email. Well, technically this is my second ever, I don't use the original email ever. This is like my email I've had since like middle school, I guess. And then I have my now job work email, and I have like my professional email, that is like not weird words, I also have the backup email that the backup Discord account is on that actually owns the server so that I can't lose the server again. Yeah.
We take precautions. Lesson has been thoroughly learned.
Because you need everyone to be ready. I see, Cool Cat. All right, valid. Okay, sense. I know what he is. I know what I got, Mars. Take one more guess. It's not an android. It's a pop-up parade. Yeah.
Pop-up parade. Okay. Okay, is it from, can I ask 20 questions?
Yeah, you can get 10 questions. How about that?
10 questions. Okay. Is it from something we watched recently?
Define recently.
Within the last, since September.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's Nanami.
Yeah, it is. With the tie. Okay, yeah, I went to order I went to pre-order Leos.
Damn, I'm good.
Leos Nendoroid, right? And because that's the only one they have so far. But honestly, I'm gonna get like every single Leos thing they have because I'm obsessed.
You are going to have a Leos shelf.
Obsessed.
Like, it's gonna be a shrine. You're gonna have the fan art, the Nendoroid, the figure. You're gonna have like a scroll print of him.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever experienced being so into like a manga for something and then it getting an anime, right? So this is like major shit. This is like nuts, so like OG stuff. Like I'm like, got my boy. But yeah,
You're
so
like,
when I ordered,
finally has merch beside books now.
Literally though, yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, now that there's an anime, the merch is flowing now, and like,
and
nice.
The artists are making.
Yeah,
we're gonna have pins and keychains soon.
Oh, I need so much Leos pin. Honestly, just Dungeon Meshi pins in general, but what was I saying? Yeah, so when I went to pre-order Leos, Nanami was like still in my cart, and he was like on sale or something, and there's like 2 left. I was like, all right, I'm doing it. It's not expensive.
Oh, me.
So I did it. Hello, Roval.
That is hilarious.
Yes, pins. I love pins.
Okay, I am looking through my wish list right now. Most expensive thing in my wish list is a Leophotia, not pop-up parade, Figma.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like
so
literally,
good.
if they make a Leos like they made that Marcel, like I have to. Like it's too beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it would be so good.
I will be honest. This Leo Figma might be my graduation present to myself.
Oh yes,
because it's so good.
Wow, I'll have 4 Nendoroids now. Hello, Winnie. We're just fangirling really hard.
Oh yeah, Ori told me she had a shipment coming in. It was from Good Smile, the figurine company. I guessed correctly.
Yes.
I love how all I had to say was it something we watched recently? Oh yeah, totally Nanami.
Yeah, because I was so confused. I was like, what did I completely forgot. So, he's like a present to myself. All right, I'm trying to figure out what pose I even want to put King Dragon in.
Now, this is a commission, you said?
Yes. And they like the red dragon, like, body shape or something. But I'm just gonna see sort of You know, if we want it just regal, or we want it like, ooh, that's good. That's good. I'm taking like I literally just looked up dragon on the internet, and I'm like trying to get sort of like an idea here of a pose. I do like that.
The research, the references, they are all necessary.
Yes, you need to know.
I wanna know. Can you show me?
I wanna know about these.
They have a Rambo Nendoroid. Oh,
I know they like really got into like
fucking do this to me.
I
love Rambo so much.
You know what always surprises me? When I see like VTuber Nendoroids. Those are always like nuts.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like damn, wow, like you're so prolific that like a very known, you know, like merch company is making merch of you. Like that's nuts. You know, like that's like having like a Funko Pop or something. You know, just the idea that it's like, wow, okay. Damn.
Are you talking about the U2's figures?
No. Good Smile has had VTuber Nendroids.
Ooh.
I'm like 100%, and other figures. They've done Iron Mouse, they've done Vox, I'm pretty sure. I think they have a Shoto right now, which I was like, oh, maybe. Yeah, they have Vox.
Oh, shit.
They have Shoto.
Yeah.
They definitely have Iron Mouse, and they have a bunch of other ones.
So cute.
I know.
Okay, if they ever make an Amelie or Sayu one...
Oh, that's so sad. I will have noticed
no choice but to get it.
They have a Ronaldo Nendoroid, but the pre-order's closed. I didn't realize.
Put it in the wish list.
I really, honestly though, he's one where I would much prefer a pop-up parade. There's like certain, well, I enjoy the Nendroids. They're certainly not my favorite.
Like chibi or anime?
Yeah, like I really, like I love them. You know, I don't think I would have gotten, like I love Vash, but I wouldn't have gotten like a Vash or a Wolfwood Nendroid. I want them in like all their cool, you know?
I gotta be honest, I would probably get the Nendoroid because I've already seen a tons of, okay, so there was this doll of Vash, chat. It was a little plush doll that was going around.
Oh yeah, Pastry Pup.
Very cute. But people have drawn a lot of fan art of it,
Nendroids
and they refer to it as Teru Vash, because he's tiny, he's chibi.
I'm glad you like it, Winnie.
And everyone likes putting him in scenarios where he interacts with the real
but the whole thing with like the no arms though, like it made it very specific though. You know, like it was a very specific style.
Here was my favorite comic though. It was like a Wolfwood Vash AU where like Wolfwood's a cat and he was injured, and Teru Vash comes along and like bandages up his paw and everything, and then as he's waving goodbye, he like uses his leg to do it, like kind of like Kirby almost.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
That's what I'm saying. It has to do with like the armlessness and triangle shape of him. You know, like it.
But it's like it's one of those things where Nendoroids are chibi enough that it kind of reminds me of that. I feel like a chibi Vash would work. I also feel like a chibi Wolfwood would work. Hell, I would get Meryl. I don't think they don't work. Design is hella cool.
I'm just definitely like, I want like the good, like normal proportions pose. You know, like personally, that's like the higher level to me. So when I get a Nendroid,
artists.
Yeah, when I get a Nendroid, it's because like I love this character and this is all you're offering me. You know what I'm saying? Like Kamina, I like finished Gurren Lagann and they were like, "Here's Kamina pre-order," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" You know. I've only seen Simon. I haven't seen Kamina in anything. You know, besides it. So it's like, I'm really upset that we like just missed the pop-up parades for Phoenix and Edgeworth, yet they still have, you can buy the Nendroid still, and I'm just like, I want the pop-up parades though! I want them to point at each other! It's the pop-up parades! Cool Cat.
You could have Dylan build them their own little desks.
Yeah,
also, yes, Cool Cat. I have seen Has-Been Hotel.
I have seen some of it. I think it's 3 episodes now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because we watched one more. I think I'm at 3 episodes.
I'm still waiting for your reaction to episode 4.
Okay. We're getting there
Episode 4
slowly.
threw
It'll
me for
probably be
such
after we
a
watch
loop.
Dungeon Meshi on Saturday. Oh no, I can't do it that time on Saturday. Want to do it during when Dungeons and Dragons would have been, since it's canceled?
Oh, okay. Oh, it's still canceled?
It's canceled. I haven't confirmed.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just because I'm getting nails and everything done, so.
And we're also going to Staples.
Yes, we are. Busy day.
I could hear the loading bar in your brain.
I've forgotten that that's part of the plan twice, even though when I talked to the main person I was scheduling with besides you, my mom, that it is part of the plan. But Dylan's like, oh yeah, I'm probably going out too. And I was like, oh, like, let's drive together. I plan on leaving at 11. You know, because he needs to get a haircut, and he gets his haircut over there by where my parents live. And he was like, but I'm going to be done and want to leave. Like, don't you have other stuff to do? I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. The posters.
It's a change in routine that we don't usually do.
Well, and it's also coming off of a week where I didn't go out to my parents because they were away on vacation. So it was like,
oh, so you're completely thrown off.
Yeah.
Damn. But okay. Yes, Cool Cat, we have been watching Hazbin Hotel. I'm further ahead than Ori is. Oh my god, the musical moments. Ugh!
Hello,
give me the
PCM.
soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Dylan's loving the songs. I really liked the one in episode 3 between Velvet and the rest of them.
Yes!
That was good. The music, like, composition of it.
Respectless. I could eat you out for breakfast.
But like the vote, like the difference in like themes of like how, you know, the singing and the music was between the two characters, it was great.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yes, of course, very lovely PCM.
Oh, it
lovely
was beautiful art PCM. Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, you know what I need to look at? I want to look at Toothless.
The Noop keeps growing. You know, Cool Cat, I hate Adam from episode 1. I know he comes back in episode 6. No. Yes. 6? Yeah, 6. I haven't watched it yet though. And I know Ori cares about it, so
yes.
No spoilers, please.
No spoilers for this one.
However, yes, Adam can go die off a cliff. He is an asshole.
He already sucks, so, you know, I don't feel like that's a big
He's terrible. Okay, there is no way this series is not going to end with the conclusion there is no good and evil. Everyone's capable of a little bit of good, and everyone's capable of a little bit of bad. Because, you know, I'm watching the scene in episode 3 where one of the overlords is comforting Carmilla. Is that her name? I think it's Carmilla. But it's like, he's being very supportive of a friend. That seems like a pretty good moral thing to be doing. Oh, Carmilla did something to protect her family. Like, that's pretty virtuous for a demon. And then you just have Adam's whole existence, and it's like, maybe the angels aren't so good after all. I think the whole thing is gonna end with not everything is black and white.
It's gotta. It's, you know. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be like, what even is the point?
Well, then I'm gonna be like, well, what's the point? Because if it ends with not that, it'll be like not a realistic conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
It is the same universe as Hell of a Boss. I don't think they interact with each other. Like, there's no official crossover.
Specific overlap, yeah.
Universe. Specific overlap. Thank you. That was the better phrase.
Like, there are imps, you know, like, it is the whole thing.
There are imps, there are overlords, the whole shebang.
It's like how Milo's Murphy's Law is in the same universe as Phineas and Ferb, and they don't interact at the beginning.
But that drives me crazy. It's like...
Again, it was great. It was lovely. The crossover was fantastic. I'm sorry, Doofenshmirtz, you're great, but I didn't need you in that show for season 2, okay? You needed to stay in your fucking lane, okay? Go back to Phineas. You're good at Phineas Ferb. I like you there. I didn't need you crashing on Miles' family's couch and being a bum, okay? I didn't need it.
It's one of those things where it's like, this character is great in his own show and isolation.
Yes,
he should
Cool
not
Cat,
have
they
been
are.
brought into this one.
And they have a crossover at the end of season 1, which again, great, top tier, loved it. They came together. It was very nice. I very enjoyed the interactions between Phineas and Ferb and Milo, because obviously Phineas and Ferb being the very like technical guys is kind of like, what the fuck, Milo, this is kind of weird. You're kind of weird. And it's like, yeah, I know, but then they like used it and it was good. We enjoyed it. Very top tier. But then they keep Doofenshmirtz around for the rest of season 2. Doofenshmirtz stays with Milo's family and literally crashes on his couch, just like Ice King does to Finn and Jake at Adventure Time, but unlike being from the same like show the whole time.
Did Milo Murphy's Law come out at the same time Adventure Time was airing that part of their story?
No, I don't think so. I think that was a very, at that point, a significantly older arc of Adventure Time.
Is this an Ants Bugs Life situation?
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay.
The Adventure Time one definitely came out way before, because that was like the end of like Flame Princess arc caused that to happen, and I don't think Milo Murphy's Law came out until after like Stakes. You know, like that was very recent. So, Milo Murphy's Law air date.
Research time.
2016. Adventure Time Stakes air. Yeah, Stakes came out in 2015. So if Stakes came out before Milo Murphy's Law came out, that means definitely Ice King's whole staying with Finn and Jake was completely wrapped up and done. Yeah. So no. I know it too well. But, you know, it was just like they knew that Doofenshmirtz was a bomb-ass character, that everyone liked him and thought he was funny, and they were just like, so he should be in this show too. And it's like, no, I want more of my Pistachio Boys, okay? They were the Doofenshmirtz of Milo Murphy Law. I'm very upset. They were my favorite character.
So, take this as gospel, chat. Don't do crossovers without thinking them through.
What two things were in the same universe before the Doofenshmirtz thing?
Oh, Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel.
Yeah.
Those both are made by Vispop and they take place in the same universe.
Yeah.
Same
and then Milo Murphy's Law and Phineas and Ferb are the same universe.
Yeah.
They're both in the tri-state area.
Yes.
Close enough to interact. Those are the only things I can really think of that are like shows that are specifically in the same universe. I mean, obviously, like Fiona and Cake is in the same universe as Adventure Time, but you know, like.
No, really? Mind blown.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need season 2 of Fiona and Cake, man. That first season was so good.
I don't know if they would. You think they're doing a season 2?
I feel like there's more they could explore.
I feel like they kind of. I felt like that was it. They did their arc. They fixed it. You know.
I heard we were getting a season 2.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's one where I was like, I would have left it. They did what they said. You know, the conflict happened. Now we're just doing Finn and Jake again, but with Fiona and Cake because they're. You know, I don't know.
I mean, maybe we could explore more with Prismo and the guy. Crap, what's his name?
Scarab, right?
Scarab, thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And we could see Scarab experimenting with creating his whole world. Ooh, that would be an interesting commentary about creators if they do it right. I think
we just keep moving further away from Fiona and Cake, though. You know, is it really Fiona and Cake then? You know?
I feel like they'd be brought back somehow. I don't know. One thing I've seen with the Adventure Time team is that they always find a way to make the side characters deeper than you initially thought. Like, Ice King went from being villain of the week and just kind of a nuisance to the most tragic character.
Well, I will say that Adventure Time did have a long lost benefit of running for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to my understanding,
70% of our childhood, I feel.
Yeah, but to my understanding, like, a lot of the really, like, deep story beats that we really love, like, they weren't existing when the show, like, first started coming out. You know, it wasn't like they had planned all this stuff ahead of time like a lot of shows, you know, have to now, because there's no guarantee how long they're going to be able to run, and, you know, if they'll even get the allotted amount of time.
It was one of those rare cases where the episodic nature of the first few seasons worked to their advantage.
Well, as you can
see, they had a template, they had a foundation for the characters, so they could look at the Ice King and go, okay, he's kind of a little bit of a joke villain right now. Let's think deeper about his story. Oh, maybe there's a reason why he's obsessed with princesses. Maybe he wasn't always this way, and they just had a very good template to work from.
And you can
It may not have been the intention in the beginning. They were able to build, though.
What's interesting is you can see how that thinking has sort of come into shows, you know, after Adventure Time, but not worked as well solely because that wasn't the original intention all along, and it's more trying to cater to the network, right? When you think about Steven Universe, Star vs. Forces of Evil, you know...
those shows were done dirty.
All of, you know, even a little bit of Owl House, but the beginning...
A little bit of Owl House. Hello,
well, right.
entirely.
I don't even know. Season 1. But so many... No, I think... I don't know if we're misunderstanding. My point is that a lot of the first seasons of shows are episodic.
Oh, you're talking about first.
See, okay. I'm seeing that a lot of shows that are like really good animated shows that came out after Adventure Time follow a sort of, they are incredibly episodic at the beginning. So episodic. Like I said, Star, Steven Universe, you know, the Owl House I feel like was less so overall. Like, it was episodic, but I feel like more in a Gravity Falls way where it still mattered, you know?
Yeah.
Where I find like the Steven Universe early episodes are so different.
Not lore, world building.
Yeah. And the Steven Universe has some world building, but, you know, Star was really, really rough with the, like, very episodic at the beginning, which is not a bad thing. But I think the problem is that all of those shows had an intention to be more from the start, versus Adventure Time was episodic and then ended up being something more. And they were allowed that because they were able to exist for so long, you know?
And I think they were also able to bring new writers on.
And you just get to know the characters, and so you actually get to see them change. You don't have to set up as much beforehand because you can be along for their much more incremental journey, right?
And
if
you
that
already
makes
have
sense.
Connection with them.
Yeah, so you already have a connection of who they are now when you first meet them, and then you get to see them slowly grow and change. I mean, the change that Jake goes through, Finn goes through, you know, the Bubblegum, Marceline, you know, Ice King. It takes tons and tons of seasons. They are not at all the same characters you meet in season 1, and that, I feel, only is allowed because we could see it so gradually. Right, every interaction with them after a certain point started being like incrementally, like they're growing as people. They're having they're changing just like a normal person would change. And it's like, you know, you don't have to set it up so much to have the clues so it's not sudden, right? Yeah, She-Ra, another one. You know, it's like, okay, all of these shows had like a story at the start, right? Adventure Time had no story at the start, and I think this is the weird problem. Star, you have the basic of the plot right at the beginning. You know, Steven Universe, you have the basic of the plot. You know, Owl House, you have the basic of the plot. She-Ra, you have the basic of the plot. There was no plot in Adventure Time. Had literally zero plot at the beginning of this show, right? There was literally, hero boy, magic dog, fight funny, goofy, villains and Ice King, and they're all just goofing, and it's, there's no death or like anything really serious. They're just having a good time. He's a child,
crises.
And it's just a senile wizard man who also isn't really being very evil, to a certain extent. So it's definitely like there's a lot less expectations. And I think that's what makes it difficult to sort of follow the Adventure Time formula at all. And yet that's kind of what a lot of
shows don't even get that option anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Has Been Hotel series we're getting, and it's great. But oh my god, could you imagine how much more connected we would feel with the Has Been characters if they could have episodic show? Like, again, don't get me wrong, love what we got, but holy shit, the pacing. Like, this is some of the wonkiest pacing I have seen since Fire Force. And that's saying something.
I think it's just like a
moves
whole
so quickly. Like, there's a big drop every single episode. And it's like, I know I'm kind of the person who says like, oh, make sure something happens in like every part of your story, because you gotta get from point A to point B. I was like, okay, by something happening, like maybe the characters are talking, maybe they're hanging out, maybe they're having a light adventure, not like finding out there's an evil conspiracy every 5 seconds.
Yeah, what lore of Outcasts have you really found out? You don't really know a lot about the world or what the necessarily like overarching conflict even is yet.
Exactly. But you know about the characters and
their internal conflicts with each other, but it's definitely like
where if we were to do something horrible to them, you would be horrified.
Exactly.
See, that's the hope. We want to build that connection and then hurt the characters so we can hurt you.
Yeah.
That's always the writer's goal.
See, I think filler is a bad word for it. Because when I think about filler, I think about something that's literally useless. Like Naruto filler. Right. Like Naruto filler where they're like children, way too many times. That adds nothing to the story. Right? Like I don't need all those flashbacks in Shippuden to them just being weird, and like it has nothing to do with like learning about them as people. Like we already had the whole first, kid Naruto section. I don't need to keep flashing back to it. There's too much there. It's more downtime is the word we've liked to use. They need downtime.
And I think we have used in the past.
Yeah.
But like, give me more episodes. Like the episode where Serpentius was making getting a redemption. Like he was making an effort to try to be good, even though it was an effort like under false pretenses, like he was doing it to sneak in and appease the V's, but it was still it was focused on the purpose of the hotel, rehabilitating demons into being good, and we could see the change in the character, and we could see why what Charlie is working for matters. More of that, please.
Yeah.
One of the biggest criticisms I have heard, because I listen to way too many video essays, you guys, because I just like to hear what other people think about things. And the biggest criticism I am hearing is that the hotel is a side note in its own series.
Yeah, I will.
And
yeah.
I find that so accurate, because now we have a war between the angels and demons. We have the extermination coming up. We have the mystery of who killed someone. I won't reveal that. We have Angel's side plot. We have Vaggy's side plot. We have
there's too many stories going on at once.
There is so much
and
going
what's interesting
on.
What's
One
interesting,
or two at most,
it
maybe
makes me
3
feel
would have sufficed.
Like
But to do that
Alistair's
in
more of
8
the main character.
episodes, that's insane.
When they talked about the Hotel Museum. But it makes me feel kind of like Alistair's more the main character, just because he's had the slowest sort of like something's building. What's he doing? He's collecting it. Yeah,
so
exactly.
Far. Like, we see him interacting with Serpentius. We get the little character moment of, oh, you're the one who ripped my coat. I remember you. We see him walk out of the building and he runs into the other overlord and they have a chat about what's been going on. And it's kind of this double meaning dialogue where, like, oh, what they're saying, like, there's something under the surface. Like, more of that, please. Those are such good
100%
character-defining moments.
I think that should be what it's about. But I think the problem is that everybody's afraid that they're just going to get canceled and not get to tell the story that, you know, any show.
They were only given 8 episodes for season 1. And we have seen, and I'm sure the creators have seen, streaming networks and companies just axe shows with the LGBTQ characters, like, constantly. It's no secret what happened to the Owl House. Our Flag Means Death, a League of Their Own. There were a whole bunch that just got axed literally in December. It's maddening because, god damn it, I want an ending to these stories, please. Now I'll never get one, so screw you, networks.
What's okay? This is what's interesting.
But now, like, this is what drives me crazy, because now writers and creators can't tell the stories they want to tell. Now they have to adhere to a rushed format that forces them to tell everything as quickly as possible, because if they don't do that, something might have to be cut that's critical, or something might be pushed back, or something might not be shared at all.
So
might not even have the time to. It's so frustrating.
I want to answer Roval's question in a second, but I think what's very interesting is sort of like how the like media works. To my understanding, there isn't money in animation.
Yeah, I just want to say, guys, we're not experts on this.
You're definitely not.
We've listened to videos about the subject. That is the extent of our knowledge.
Yeah, but to my understanding, that there isn't money in animation, right? There isn't the main, because animation is very, very expensive, you know. And I'm talking about shows. I'm not talking like feature length films. Yes, there is money in that. You know, I mean, look at box office numbers when you get a good one. You know what I'm saying? But like, in shows, in serialized animation, and I think there's two things that sort of, to my understanding, what the basic of having animation is to sell merchandise, right? That's where you're getting your money back. That's where you're recouping your costs, is in selling merchandise. So now I think that the issue sort of arises from is that, at least in the past, a lot more had to do with actual ratings of, like, did people watch this show? Did, you know, is it worth the time, you know, the primetime spot? Are people tuning in to watch commercials, right? Because that was the other thing. You used to have to watch commercials to watch your show, right? And you were forced to be part of this advertising money loop, which made the program money, right? And then so if more people were watching the show at that time,
no worries,
they were making
no
money.
Need to apologize. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. Whenever you can, Winnie, we're happy to have you, but we totally understand. And so now with all these streaming services, to my understanding, these streaming services have yet to make money. They are all in sunk cost at the moment. And now big corporations like Disney can take that. But the problem is that the inexpensive price, that's why the subscription price keeps going up, is because they're trying to get to a point where they are actually making money off of this streaming service. And so, since animation just takes so much to do, that is why that is the thing that keeps getting cut. That is why the sort of shows that constantly keep getting cut. But now the other problem is that they don't, because a lot of streaming services, at least in the past, came out with shows, you know, very quickly, or like, you know, so you could binge, they're not watching how many people tune in to watch one episode or how many views, quote unquote, would get on one episode and then the next, like you would have with TV. It is how many people complete it, how many people got to the end, right? So if you didn't binge it in like whatever period of time that they are counting this, it didn't actually count towards the show being worthwhile to the service, right? And that's what makes it just very difficult for any show, for literally any show. Like, to try and get to a point where you can be profitable in a very expensive medium, such as like animation. Like, you know, I hear people talk about it, and it's like one, you know, it's obviously not understandable, but like there's a reason why the animation industry has some of the most overworked people in it, is because it's already so expensive to like make in the first place. So it's just like nuts. It's all a bad thing, but it's just really hard because, like, you know, I love the animation, but what I think really needs to happen is I think we need to go back to quote unquote simpler animation for serialized shows. Because when you look at, like, the original Teen Titans, you know, animated series, there is very little movement.
Oh, yeah.
Very little movement.
Honestly, the camera angles are pretty static.
There's no sweeping movement. The action is very simple. There's little
no
of them
CGI.
Actually doing action. There's a lot of classic comic book, like, still image with, like, the pow, you know, like there's very little. Or like
the red background and lines to simulate action.
And it's like, have a lot of blur, you know, like motion blur sort of thing, where they'll like a character will like literally almost teleport from one place to another, but it's like a blob blur and they get over it, you know, like it's very, very simple. And the thing is, that show is still
squash
fantastic.
And stretch to their advantage.
That show is still fantastic. Right? And they have, you know, a limited amount of backgrounds, you know. They're constantly at the tower reusing the same backgrounds over and over and over again. They're not suddenly making new areas all the time. And what I think is, you know, don't get me wrong, the animation we have in a lot of shows today has been gorgeous. You know, stuff on like Hell of a Boss that is still done frame by frame is nuts. You know, you watch like Fizaroli's song, you know, Vox Machina. I think so that's kind of a separate thing, but I think they do a really good job with something else. But you know, when the Owl House kicks it up, and you know, the Owl House has those moments where they sort of, that's where the budget went, you know, moments like the dance on, you know, Grom night between Amity and Luce, you know, like the
Amity versus Hunter fight.
Yeah, the Ida versus Lilith fight, you know, like they have these moments when Luce and
you could tell
King
they
are
were
running.
saving for something special.
That they did this. And now the animation throughout the rest of it is still good, but it's definitely, you know, you can see like, wow, they saved budget for this, right? And it's gorgeous. Like, I will not lie, like I'm totally like, yes, this beautiful, you know, you get that one Steven Universe scene, you know, you get like some good, you know, Adventure Time ones, like it's good, but I think that we've gotten so focused on being like epic animation. I mean, look at what happened to Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Because
like
everybody praises it.
Because it is really good.
And
like
if
there's no question.
Praises it, if someone on YouTube says, "Oh, this animation is so slick. It was done by this person who's really big in the animation." Like that's what happened with Steven Universe. There was that one scene of
with
Steven
reuniting Steven.
Reuniting Steven.
I think
that was James Baxter.
Yes.
And suddenly everyone had to go watch this episode because it was the most fluid thing animated.
But it's just like, you can have that, but I think doing it in the way that is like saving it and then going like toning it, I'm saying way back, even further back than like Owl House did, to like, you know, like I said, Teen Titans level of like, you know, when you watch a lot of anime, when you watch.
So interesting you brought up Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Because it's starting to receive bad reviews for the quote-unquote lackluster animation. There's so many people saying like, oh, the lines were shaky, they went off model, it looks so blurry.
Oh, they go off model all the time,
like,
but that's a choice.
That's for the movement. that was intentional. Also, the animators were overworked.
Yeah,
as
but
hell.
off model is kind of okay. Jujutsu Kaisen is not like only just fancy animation, but they do go really hard, but so hard to the fact that it's like way overworking the animators to like a really bad extent. Like it's really bad over
let
there.
their workers go home and sleep.
It's really bad over there.
It's an issue across the entire animation industry.
Yeah, it's really bad, and like game developers. But you know, the point is that I'm saying is that like I still think Jujutsu Kaisen could be as good as it is and just save the hardcore. Like, there's a lot of scenes where I'm like, yeah, this is great, this is fantastic, but you really could tone it way back.
Season 1. That's what they did in season 1. They knew to save the animation for those big moments. And then other moments were a lot more simple. But in season 2, they went so into it. Like, Gojo's lips had to be shiny in every single scene.
Yeah, but it's very much just like they went.
Like,
there's certain scenes where I'm sitting here and I'm like, the animation is top tier, and that's where they should have kept the budget, right? Like the Nanami scene, you know, the Sukuna fire scene, you know, like both of those are very much like, yes, you know, the Megami one
fell into sketch, but it worked for the tone of the scene.
Yeah, but that's where the budget should go, and like the vast majority of the other stuff could have been just as impactful with way less. You know? Good night, Pastry Puff. Thanks for stopping by.
Always a pleasure.
And objectively incorrect, a hill you will die on. You don't like Jujutsu Kaisen PCM? It's sad, I will say, but it's not cyberpunk edgerunner sad, which I can't do.
Okay, Jujutsu Kaisen, I would say gets away with a lot. It's definitely sad. It will beat you up, but there is still some semblance of hope at the end of the tunnel.
That's the important thing,
that's
you know?
The difference. Whereas Cyberpunk was like, yeah, nope, the future sucks and it is hell.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
I recommend it, Mason. Yuji, when I first saw season 1, Yuji was a fantastic protagonist. I love seeing this shift of protagonists, like, where they doubt themselves a little bit. Because it was so different from, like, the early, like, the Narutos, the Natsus, like, oh, I know I can beat you, I just have to find the strength in me. Now we have protagonists who are like, can I really do this? I don't know, but I'm gonna try anyway. Like, it gets you to the same path, but it's a different vibe.
Like, I'm scared.
Yeah, like, I gotta be honest, I find that one a little more relatable.
Oh, like, 100%.
What is life but throwing yourself headfirst into scenarios you don't know of, but are like, we're gonna make it work anyway.
But so yeah, I wish
he's a fantastic protagonist. He's so okay. Well, in season 1, he's very bubbly. He's very fun. He's a little bit of a goof. He is He doesn't have the body of a himbo, but let's be honest, he's a himbo.
He's nearly a himbo. That's what we have. What's his name for? The clap guy.
Oh, Toto.
Yeah, he's the himbo.
Toto is full on himbo. Yuji is great. Nobara is great. Like, Mason? Okay. If you watch Jujutsu Kaisen for anything, one Nanami.
Yes.
Because Ori adores him.
Oh my god. Come on, he's great. This whole thing is great.
The female characters in Jujutsu Kaisen are written fantastically.
Nobara, Maki. Oh, so good.
Maki is great.
I need more
Maki. I always forget her name. But there's the blonde witch girl, and Nobara has a fight with her, and they literally have a talk about what it means to be powerful. And Nobara's whole speech on that, kind of almost the equivalent of the Barbie movie speech. Not as deep as that, but still pretty meaningful, I would say.
Yeah, PCM is spewing a lot of lies tonight, Jamie. But hello, how have you been, Jamie? How's life? Feel like we haven't seen you in a bit, in a spell. Hope it's all for busy good reasons.
Yes. That first month of the year always gets ya. Ori and I were actually talking earlier tonight, like, we felt like now that it's the first day of February, we feel revitalized again. I don't know what it was about January that just drained our souls.
January for me was definitely a lot of, like, I need to figure out how to live my life now with all of these changes happening right at the beginning, and, like, needing to get into a groove.
I'm glad you're being less and less mean to Noob.
New character.
Noob gets to be happy.
2025 is gonna be your year, PC. Why not 2024?
Hey, PCM is planning ahead. 2024 is the prep. 2025 will be the full year. Already bad. Oh no.
That's fine, Jamie. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I'm here looking on, you know, maybe I'm just looking on the bright side, you know.
I feel hopeful, you know. Okay. For us, Groundhog's Day is tomorrow, which, you know, it's kind of dumb, but it's still like, if I hear there's no shower, I'm gonna be like, oh, I get soon, and then I get to see grass and sun again. It has been cloudy all week. There was a little bit of sun today.
I
just seeing that, I was like, oh, this is healing.
I will never get over this. I went to college in a place that is considered one of the cloudiest places in America. Like, it's up there. It's, like, pretty up there. Okay? And now, when is it cloudy? Specifically while you're at school. Right? It's cloudy from September to May. And so, yeah, I had never had a problem with that. I had never felt, like, super affected by the weather or, you know, and feeling, like, bad or anything because of that. I went to college and I was like, Mom, like, I feel like absolute shit. Like, this is, and she's like, when was it sunny? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't recall the last time I saw the sun. And she's like, yeah, that's it, ain't it? And I was like, yeah, that's it, ain't it? I came home. So now we live in the same state I went to college in, just a different part of the state. Okay. I came home in the winter for winter break, for, you know, for a holiday break and everything. And it was sunny with snow on the ground, full sun, clear skies. And I forgot that this was a possibility, you know, to have sunny winter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot that there was even that you could have snow on the ground and not have it be gray. You know, like I had lived my whole life up to that point with that experience, but going to college for, you know, a couple of years and coming back, I had forgotten that was a thing that you could do, that could exist. And
why do you want to break Noop's brother's neck?
Is this a brother that she roasted?
I'm not sure. I
Noop's brother arc lore drop. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I'm very happy that I live in an area now where it can be sunny in the winter. So since I'm outside from my job a lot, I do get the vast majority of that. So I have a good time. I see, PCM. Then I agree, Jamie.
Oh boy.
B's the moth one, right? Cool cat? That's a lot of stuff, Cool Cat. Wow, she's really going. Good night, Cool Cat. Of course, Winnie. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. I'm trying to sort of get to a point where there is a king dragon here, and it's slowly coming. I will say the anatomy is eluding me a little bit. But, yeah, we're going.
It shall be found. It shan't elude you any longer.
But I do feel pretty good. Okay, I have to change about.
Oh, you left the game February. You were playing Atreus in? Scheduling conflicts?
Yeah, too much games, Jamie. You had like almost a game a week at that point, which is very impressive for how long you did keep it up. But I hope that it was just for time reasons and not for conflict reasons with the people in it. Hello, TD. How have you been? How are you?
If it's not your genre, it's not your genre.
TD, I'm back in the tree business now. I'm an arborist again. I mean, I've always technically been certified, but I'm an arborist again. I'm a paid arborist now.
She has a job.
Yeah. I've been certified since 2021.
Ooh. I'm sorry, Jamie. That is rough.
Damn, Jamie. Oh, so sorry. Oh, you joined a different team? Okay, well, you know, then it's all good in the end. Okay,
so that worked out.
Good riddance of bad rubbish and everything, you know?
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just don't vibe with a table.
Yes. Oh my god, I feel that. I don't think I could literally play D&D for a long period of time, you know, any tabletop, with anybody but our table. I know Mars was kind of feeling that at one point. I definitely have, like, no, I couldn't do it.
You know, that's the funny thing. So I was going to play with another table. I wasn't going to leave our table, but I was going to try to attempt
get on another game. Yeah.
With another group of people.
Completely different. Unrelated.
But they were definitely the meme. Like, don't get me wrong, our table can be memey too, but it's like
it's full of whimsy.
We're saving Mawio from Bowser. You have to go buy your materials from Waluigi. Like that's how we meme.
But the difference is that we're serious. It's serious.
It's 100%
you know,
serious.
It's goofy, but it's serious. It's not just like, ha, wild random, lol, like, you know.
Ha, reference.
That's not for us.
But,
you guys should totally play that way. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm just saying totally different play styles.
Hey, some play styles are for people and others aren't. That's totally okay. The group I was considering joining were very much the haha horny bard flirts with everybody type.
And Winnie through a
And
ghast.
I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna be comfortable with that.
I don't know what a ghast is, Winnie.
A very creative table, though, I will say. That table did get creative, but I was just like, this is too far outside my comfort zone.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, TD Pod, I did take... I don't have to have all of that until 2025. So I'm pretty good, and supposedly my job allows me to get them, and I already have 12 out of the 30, so I should be fine. Worst comes to worst, 2025 comes around, and I already know how I'm going to get my other 18. I just have to do it, but I'm waiting to see if I can get them from somewhere else, and I want to get more certifications, hopefully. There's like 3 more certifications I want to aim for, so very cool.
Very happy this new character won't be traumatized, PCM.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Roll no Bard that I love Bard. Bard is my by far favorite D&D 5e
Bard
class.
is Ori's go-to.
I have played...
Every time when she DMs, the rest of us are like, yay, it's our turn with the Bard!
And yet none of them played a Bard when I DM'd last. But you know, either of the times I DM'd. I have DM'd twice for this table, and no one was a Bard either of those times.
Hey, you still have a campaign you need to finish, technically.
Still nobody's a bard in that one, okay? Like, don't. So 3 times.
Ennui is still hypnotized into walking towards the water.
Yes, I know.
You still don't know what's happening with him. He's just frozen in time. Has been for a year.
I know what's happening with him. We will probably do it in Pathfinder when we do get to that.
We gotta convert everything.
Yeah. See, that's the whole thing,
very
Jamie,
nice
right?
PD.
If it's serious, there's a difference. But if it's like like that's why I think Scanlan did okay, you know, and I didn't hate Scanlan because, well, he was a horny bard. He still, like, was a character and, like, he had flaws because of his horny bardness, and he had, like, internal struggle about his horny bardness. You know, like it was consequences for his horny bardness.
Here's what it was. The craving for intimacy came from a deeper place of just wanting a connection.
It wasn't just
that's
ha.
That's why it worked.
Let's sexually assault all the NPCs because horny bard, you know? That's the difference.
It was, I'm going to flirt because this is a meaningless connection that I don't have to worry about putting my heart on the line.
Yeah, exactly. There was depth to it.
Yeah.
He wasn't just horny for the memes. And I think that's important.
Where it's like you can use a tropey character. Just have a reason for why. That's all. Oh, the bundle of noobs. I feel like I've woken up to a gift.
Ugh. Are you gonna taunt us again, PCM? You taunt us more with Noop and why am I blanking? Marin than I even do in the Outcast at all. Okay, no, there looks like there's no taunting here.
Okay.
The lighting on these are wild. Oh, Suit Noop! Oh, this Ascended Celestial Noop? Damn.
Ooh, I like this one.
Mariachi Maraca Noop. Is that the lesbian flag on the maracas? I think it is. And T-Rex Noop.
I think it is. I see it too.
Beautiful. I love the like very serious one with the shield and mace and everything though. That was very cool. She looked very epic. Yeah, see, that's different, Jamie. You know, that's a whole different thing. Ignore the color. I don't know if I can ignore the colors on the maracas. I'm gonna say, you know, that's a tall order.
Go get your food, PCM.
Yes, consume.
Get good food.
I'm out of tea.
I too am out of tea.
Okay.
And my humidifier just ran out too. Damn it.
Oh, snap.
Ugh. Jeez Louise.
You're certainly making anatomy attempts. Are they good? Unknown.
Hey, you know, we'll find out as we go. 'Tis a learning process, indeed.
Like, I know what I want, but it just ain't happening. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. That's what I'm saying.
It might be one of those things where if it keeps going, it'll happen.
Again, PCM can't tell me that that's not what they want to happen with the amount of Hero Forge things that they're making for their ship.
I was more so referring to the anatomy, but that works too.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh, you're sleepy, Mason? Long day?
It's a sleepy day for everybody.
Yeah.
I feel it. Tomorrow's Friday.
It has been a long-ass week. I am looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow.
You're gonna get there.
Like, I am... Here's my plan for tomorrow, guys. I am sleeping in. Then... I'm going to do a face mask for myself. It's going to be super nice, super chill. Then I'm going to go shopping because I need some things. Then I'm going to take the donations that have been piling up in my room to probably a Savers or something like that, or a bin somewhere, just to clear out my room. And then I'm going to drive myself to a crepe cafe and get myself a crepe.
You have mentioned the crepe cafe.
I mentioned it last week and then it didn't happen.
Oh, no.
So it is happening this week.
All right.
I am getting that crepe if it kills me.
And happen it shall.
And guys, this is the best part. I was going through one of my purses and transferring stuff to a new purse I found lactate pills when I thought that I had run out.
Oh, nuts.
I can order any crepe I want now. This is a sign. I am meant to get a crepe.
Yes,
my thoughts exactly, Roval.
I'm just reading all of these bards.
I assume you were responding to that.
Ooh, that's a fun idea,
like
TD Pod.
TD. Ooh, good luck with rehearsal on Saturday.
All right, you got one more day after Friday.
You can do this.
Ooh, I love that, Jamie. And names, I mean, top tier.
There's some really, really good names.
Top tier. The only other option could have been like vernal and autumnal. But no, Equinox and Solstice are great. I named like elf varieties off of that. It was very interesting.
But, you know how I started? You know how I started naming my D&D characters?
How?
Back when I worked in retail, I got to see a lot of different customer names because I was usually either filling orders, delivering orders, and the like. I started seeing interesting customer names, particularly last names, where I was like, oh, that has a fantasy vibe to it.
Lovely, Jane. I love that. Nicole!
Hey, Nicole!
Yes, happy almost Friday for us. Yes. It's Friday for you, so happy Friday.
You know what? In my mind, it's Friday. Like, as soon as my workday ended, it is Friday now. It's Friday.
Sorry, Roval. You learn how to make your own crepes. It's not very difficult. Not a lot of ingredients.
We made crepes at your birthday party, Zori.
Yes.
That was a fun time.
After prescription drugs, that's funny. But some of those are very fantasy, so, you know, I get it.
I respect the inspiration.
I name, at this point, all of my characters after, not only trees, but, like,
mostly
plants,
trees.
Scientific names. I mean, I obviously prefer tree, but if there's, like, a specific plant that I know, like Lycori is named after the spider lily, because she's a naughty. So I thought that was fitting. I don't know if a spider tree...
Very clever.
So, yeah, I think that's the genus, Lycori? Or part of the genus? I can't remember off the top of my head. But, the first character that I named based on a tree had to have been... It wasn't Tavisha. Was it Tavisha? No, it was this one-off character. His name was Acer Campestre, which is literally genus species of the field maple. Because honestly, that sounds epic as fuck. Acer Campestre. Like, come on, that is a freaking...
That sounds very
like,
badass.
I love Acer as a name. Like, that could be like a person name. Like, I love Acer. Like, that could be like someone... I could meet someone on the street named Acer and be like,
that is a
that's epic
name.
As hell. And then, yeah, just Campestre.
Like, I have heard that before. I know I have.
Jamie. Yeah, so Lycori comes from Lycoris for lilies. And then, yes, the spider lily specifically. Because she's Lycori Rada? Now I have to remember my character's last name. It doesn't come up very often. So. I think it's Rada. Something like that. I'll look it up. Kazoo wasn't named after a tree. Asen wasn't named after a tree, after a plant. And I think that's it.
I feel like Kazoo just fit the bard theme.
Yeah, Kazoo was just a vibe. Like, he, like, named himself. And I also thought it was funny that he played the ocarina, but his name was Kazoo. So I had that already that he would get offended.
Oh!
He would get offended if someone said he played the kazoo. He's like, no, this is an ocarina. And they'll be like, why did you name yourself Kazoo? And he's like, well, it sounds like a better name than ocarina.
I opened Instagram because I got a message on my Laura Mars account. There's some Dungeon Meshi fan art I am sending your way. You must look at it. You have no choice. You have to look at it.
It was from a tree at one point, Nicole, yes. My favorite. Okay, guys, I'll tell you. So the reason that the VTuber model is going to exist, you know, she kind of exists. Her name is Cersei. She's named after a tree, one of my favorite trees. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Lycoris radiata. So yeah, she's Lycoria radia, because exactly from Spider Lily. Boom. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and the name of the channel, I already chose the channel name because I wanted to have it. It's Art Boreal, right? And so it's spelt art and then Bore, like Ori. Oh. Which is not how you spell arboreal. You spell arboreal like arbor.
That is true, Nicole. That paper was once
exactly.
a tree.
It's like arboreal, but it's art Oriel, you know, Oriel, right? Yeah. So it has art and Ori in it, and also the word for tree. And because that's using the art, and I'm Ori still, I sort of associate the human me, like the actual person at this point, is Ori. You know, like I am Ori, and this PNG 2, you know, model is the representation of me that I like. It is spelled like that, Nicole. She will happen one day. Have you seen her, Nicole? If you haven't seen her, I really want to show you her because she's really pretty, and I will be happy to show her off. I just haven't rigged her yet. She's all cut up for rigging. I just have to take that first step. It's that or 3D modeling. I just gotta do one.
We believe in you.
Oh yeah, there you go. So yes, I love Cersei. I'm very, very happy with her design. And yeah, she will solely be for the Art Boreal channel, because I do not want to have me just be a VTuber and Mars and Dylan not be VTubers. And that's not because I don't want to rig them a model, it's because I don't want to have to deal with the tech support.
I will eventually have a better computer. I will eventually have a better mic, and I will set myself up.
It's a lot more than you think it is, Mars. Is all I'm gonna say.
I believe that. I've seen the scuff VTubers have. I see the
like
trouble.
3 different programs.
I've seen the shifty eyes jumping all over the place inside the head. I know what can go wrong.
There's a lot. Yes, like the computer player mobile, that is the genus for maples. Maple trees are all the Acer genus. Yes, so Enthuse, if you remember, making Zeissy, the false alchemist, who was a character we made based off the Douglas fir tree. The goal is to have a little channel where I, as Cersei the VTuber, get to talk all about the Douglas fir, you know, pick a tree, and I get to talk all about the cool stuff about the tree because there's so many different facets of the tree. And while in the background, we're designing the character, drawing the character. So I'd be drawing Zeissy. And then probably I'm debating on if I want to do any more than that, about like giving her like a stat block or something for like D&D, or making like an item for D&D stuff, you know, tying it all together. I don't know. But yeah, that's the main premise. I have zero idea of when we're going to get to that point because, you know, it's going. The backest of the burners, if I'm being honest. That's like
we have so much on the forefront burners.
We call Outcast a passion project, but at this point that's just one of my responsibilities. Same with the Ace Attorney, like same with the like YouTube videos and everything. So at this point, that is the true passion project.
Yeah. Like Outcast has definitely become the responsibility, like the flats, the writings. Fanfiction writing kind of fell to the wayside after the Trigun boom of 2023. Don't worry, the stories still exist. They're just in my head. I need to get them on paper.
Yeah. But yeah, so now that I have a full-time job, the goal is like YouTube videos, Outcast, and then everything else comes after that. Yeah, the two,
the hierarchy.
Like, I have obviously my full-time job, and then I have Outcast and the YouTube videos. Those are like the two, like, this has to happen every week. Like, this has to go every week. This has to do, and I mean, stream is involved with that. Like, I don't want to, like, not stream, you know, or stream less than we already, you know, than we do. It just definitely means that, like, streams like this are more like, working streams. Like I'm doing now. Even though this pose is very much not working for me. And why is that? I really want something, but...
Hey, maybe one day.
That's the one thing I miss. I wish I had more time to do, like, the little shorts. Oh, yeah, so with the comic, that includes, like, doing the dub. That's something else I have to do, you know? So, those are all, like, the forefront stuff. And then, like, the passion projects in the background are learning how to 3D sculpt, because that's kind of roped into Outcast at this point. And also, learn how to rig my VTuber model. So I can do
goals.
That. Goals. Because there was also a part of me that was like, if I really was good and enjoyed VTuber rigging, that it was like, that could be like commission stuff. Because man, those go, you know, for like a hefty price. I learned recently that apparently it's difficult to find like certain VTuber model artists to do like specific things. It's like that's why they all kind of look very similar. It's like interesting. I was like, oh, I didn't realize there was not as much variety as I thought. Okay, it's because this shoulder is too high. It has to be why. I want it to be down.
Ooh, that'll be an interesting concept, PCM.
Not happening.
I'm curious to see how this will impact the new character.
Deal. Ooh, fancy. Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
We're going back to Has-Been Hotel in my brain now.
Oh yeah, same. Okay. Chat, if you're watching Has-Been Hotel, if you're fully caught up with the 6 episodes, great. If you've only seen so many, you could still participate. What is your favorite Has-Been Hotel song? I gotta be honest, I am caught between Shoulda Stayed Gone and Loser Baby.
I have no idea.
Poison being a close third.
I have no idea what any of them are called. I love the duet between Alistair and Vox.
Shoulda Stayed Away.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. That was such a good duet.
That was so good. It was so good. Oh, top tier. Loved it.
I must have watched that
honestly, I gotta listen to that again.
Times.
I haven't. I've only seen all of them once, but I really should.
Salutations. Good to be back on the air.
I just
the smarm. It's so good.
Oh yeah, it's the smarm, and just Alistair is just
it's the smarm. It's watching Vox be knocked off his pedestal and freak out.
Yeah.
And also delivery of plot information through the musical medium. Who would have thought?
Okay, why is this
I have not seen the memes that add the Doomslayer, gotta be honest.
This just really ain't working for me.
Oof. Anatomy, and apparently talking is hard.
Right now, it's really, really getting me.
Okay, guys, when I screw up my words, it's mostly my job is talking. Like, literally, my job is talking and teaching people various different ways how to talk. So when I need to talk at my job, I gotta be on point. So when I slip up on stream...
I mean, vibe, though, Jamie,
the talk
vibe.
battery is dying.
But yeah, I think Alistair is totally my favorite character. He's also he's really fleshed out, right? You know, like maybe not fleshed out. He's got the pacing down.
He has the most intrigue.
Yeah.
He has the most setup. He has the most intrigue, and he's a fully realized character.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like I'm learning things as I go, whereas with the other characters, I feel like Angel also has that down. You'll see in episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like other characters, it's
Angel
just like,
is always good as well.
Here they are.
But I feel like Charlie and Vaggie are kind of like, I don't know.
Vaggie is getting the shaft, which is so disappointing. Like, okay, you saw episode 3, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. How did you
Stolas
feel
is really good too, though, Jamie. Yeah, Stolas is.
How
really
did
good.
you feel about the whole "Who am I without you" conundrum she was having? I'm curious.
I feel like it's a fine, idea for a conflict, internal conflict sort of thing, right? But I don't know. It's just kind of odd. In a way, especially with her upbringing, I feel like it doesn't really mesh with the whole she's kind of a military brat, or she was in the military. I don't know. She's got some military thing going on, and I feel like they kind of make you. I don't see that being related. I don't know. It's
I just got Roval. Thank you much. I'll check it out. Yeah, no, it's just
interesting PCM.
With Vaggie, her saying, "Who am I without you?" That is one of those strong character defining moments. And it's only episode 3.
Ooh.
I feel like we should have waited.
Antlers, is that Antlers and Awards PCM?
I think it is.
Years. I mean, that's the epic shit. One of my favorite character designs I ever did was a half satyr, half tiefling character that I did. His name was Carthy. And sadly, he was a short campaign, so I didn't get to flesh him out as much as I wanted to. He had the most backstory I think I've ever written, ever thought about for a character.
It's always the short campaigns.
Sometimes, because you want to play a character so bad, but then you play it for the short campaign, and you're kind of sad. However, I'm glad because I did play a homebrew subclass that was kind of annoying, so I wouldn't play that subclass again. But it was good otherwise. Aww. So cute, PCM. I'm trying to find him. He doesn't have a tree name either. I'm in the wrong freaking thing. Very Slaneshi. I mean, yeah, kind of though. God, how
makes
old is
too
this?
much sense.
There he is. This is Carthy. I love him a lot. This is very old art at this point, though.
Man, your art style has changed so much.
Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but damn,
wild.
It's really weird. Yes, I mean, it's a good, yeah, I like that vibe for her, though. Exactly, PCM, exactly, yes. I think we're all agreeing in that.
I like that vibe as well, Jamie.
She doesn't smile with her eyes, right? She smiles just with her mouth. She does the motion, but she's not actually feeling it,
It doesn't reach her eyes.
Exactly.
That's the classic line. Gave a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes.
Yeah, so this is Carthy. And yeah, his design is great. He's got the hooves. I technically have layers of, because his clothes are all different layers. so that you could like show with less. It is pretty Kaz. I can see it as very Kaz. It's very funny.
Ooh, I could see that.
Tricky, PCM. And it's the Fae, so, you know, they're always sneaky.
Oh, yes. Can't be too careful.
Oh, the leggies are finally happening. The anatomy has finally come along.
It is the most AO3 line ever. It is the most romance novel line ever. It's a very used line. But sometimes for good reason.
I because Mars was like, she's been reading a certain genre of fan fiction, I like ended up looking up a genre of fan fiction, and it was very good, but it was definitely also like, this person is like only a fan fiction writer, if that makes sense, right? It definitely really felt like the classic fan fiction tropes of the constantly being like the, you know, like the brunette said, or like the hazel, you know, like very like the classics, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
the classics. It was still very, very good, but it was definitely like the classics. My favorite part about it was it tied in the official material very well.
Ace Attorney fanfiction?
Yes, it was. I told you what it was, and that it was all your fault.
Ah, yes. That you did. I just wanted to check that it was the same one.
You've said it in D&D sessions, Jamie? Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it was they did it very well in the timeline, and it was like the character, it was very good. And it was spoiler free because we had already played all the games that were involved at that point in time. I always look at the tags for that. Oof. Yep. Whew.
Oh boy.
Damn. Big damage. Whew. Recently, I went full summoner. Like, I used my build to its fullest in our, like, most recent fight, and I was very happy with that. Basically, I had a zombie owlbear summon, my Eidolon, who was large, and then I became a unicorn, which was also large. So we had 3 large creatures on the board at once, fighting this large dude. It was great.
It was
However,
wild.
My unicorn didn't hit once because I rolled really shittily, and I was so sad because it was vulnerable to my unicorn's horn damage.
That one was depressing.
That one was the most depressing I've ever felt in a fight, was not being able to hit with my unicorn after doing all of that. Well, but exactly, PCM. If you don't learn how to smile by just, like, doing it and feeling it, I feel like it's very easy to make your smiles, like, off, you know? Like, wrong. Like, uncanny valley, right? Where it's like, this person's not really smiling. They're going through the physical, like, they understand the shape their mouth is supposed to make, but not the actual meaning behind it, right? Like, if you're good at normal smiling, you can fake smile pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand how the whole thing works.
The biggest thing really is the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, when you're truly happy, your eyes do squint a bit.
Damn, Jamie.
That's the trick.
Wow. Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, you guys are like base sorcerers, right? So yeah, D6. Whew.
Whew. Shit.
Tanky sorcerer boy.
I did some good damage with, I think it was Searing Flame, and then it didn't roll as well the second time, and I was just like, oh, sad.
Yeah, you rolled like way above, you know, average or something, and so did Aloria on that one.
Hey, thank God lightning struck when it did.
Yep. Hey, you know, I honestly, I never felt like we were gonna die. I could have healed myself. I just risked it for a biscuit. I know you would heal me, you know, like, we were fine. I really wasn't very concerned.
I was just like, I have faith in you. I have faith we're gonna kill this guy before Follow dies. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. All's good. All's well.
Again, it was a gamble.
Nico, though.
He had so I had 10 hit points left, I think is what it was.
Oh yeah, you were down.
I had 10 hit points left. And I must have had 20. No, I had 20 hit points left. Okay? And I knew I was about to take 2d10 persistent bleed damage, right? So it was like, if that rolled 2 10s, I wasn't going to live, but I, like, took the risk, and I was like, no, I'll live everything else. Like, we'll do it one more time.
You were like, we're risking it for the biscuit. Here we go.
Next level, yeah. There's an existing TTRPG setting you'd use for inspiration. What would it be? Inspiration for what? For another setting or for a story? Yeah. What do you mean? Inspiration for what, Roble? Yeah, that's nuts, Jamie. Though he's really crazy. You min-maxed. You did all the right stuff. And beta bing, beta boom.
That's how you do.
Hello, I Heart Drawing. Oh, I hope you're babysitting fun, good kids and not brats or something. But hello, thanks for popping in. I'm only ever babysitted 2 different sets of brother and sister, and one set are my cousins, and the others who already, like, adored me, so it was very easy to be like, if you want me to babysit again, you need to be good, and they're like, yes, 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 and it was, like, awesome. And the other pair I babysat were, like, my neighbors originally, and they also really liked me, so it was also very good to be like, so if you want me to keep babysitting, you gotta be good, and you gotta show mom and dad that I'm really good at my job.
Ooh.
For creating characters, items, and stories.
Okay, Hero Forge of Newt took slamming her brother? Oh yeah, go Noop.
Damn, Jamie. I'm gonna be nuts.
The power Noop.
I will say, Ro, I just don't know a ton about, like, official settings, if I'm being honest. So it's kind of difficult to, like...
I definitely know nothing.
Yeah. Almost all of our campaigns have been... I'm not even... Like, literally, I've only played in one campaign that had anything to do with a pre-setting sort of thing. And everything else. So it's very difficult to be like, I know about the lore, which is inspirational. It's more just like, we're just vibing. And if it comes, it comes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes.
Ooh. Nice back leg.
We're trying to get here, you know? We're trying to manage it. And now...
Oh, nice emote, Roval.
Lovely.
I love it.
Oh, I gotta give him a little fluffy here. He's not fluffy enough.
He's gotta have some fluff. He's not a king without fluff.
No, I just haven't gotten there yet. I also want to put the collar on him because I feel like that's important.
Big part of the design, and it's also like a huge lore piece. I feel like it has to go there.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's interesting, TD.
That is very weird. What did I come across that I had not heard of before? It was some sort of hazelnut they planted as a street tree. And I can't remember what kind of hazelnut it was. But it was very, like a hazelnut? Really? Like, why did you... Huh?
Why a hazelnut?
I don't know.
I feel like that's so random.
booling. I don't know what booling is.
What is booling?
For giggles. I have no idea what those... I mean, I understand what a giggle is, but, like, I don't know what booling is. Do you know what... I don't know what booling is.
I got nothing. This is one of those, oh god, is this something new the kids know that I now need to know?
Hanging out or chilling.
Booling is bullying,
I don't know.
Apparently.
Oh.
Bully equals
so
bully.
Alright, then.
Why not just say bullying? I gotta be honest, guys, I don't get that one.
When I type in booling, though, I come up with various advertisements for Halloween booling.
I gotta be honest, that would be my first thought.
So
either that or one of the boos from Super Mario is like super tiny, so it's like a booling, a tiny version of that. A little one, a shrimpling. Oh, that's why? Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
Sure, TD. It's definitely an ornamental hazelnut, but I can't remember which...
Oh, yes, Jamie, order your poster.
Yes.
You have until Saturday.
To get it signed.
Well, to get it signed, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Turkish hazelnut. That is what it was. A Turkish hazelnut. Turkish hazelnut. As a street tree, though, it was weird. Yeah, it's excellent hardy tree for lawns. I like never expected the hazelnut to be so hardy, you know, for this sort of thing. And I'm also, if I'm being honest, I'm kind of like a, can we just plant more native trees as street trees? We got a good variety of that, you know, can't we?
We have a wonderful variety, and it would be better for the ecosystem.
You know, but...
City do what city did.
See, okay, Yacht and Skibbity are like those things where it's like, I thankfully have been around long enough that they're like present enough now of people making fun of them that I understand like the context, but like 90% of slang and memes and stuff, it's like, I don't know how to explain it to anybody else. You know, it's just kind of like, oh.
We were learning a new word, Nicole and Jawline Jim. By the way, welcome to Jim.
Yes, Jawline Jim. Do you know what booling is? Because that's a new one I learned today. You know,
that's a new one I learned today. Like, what the hell?
But yes,
I understand why we censor some words, but
I will say sometimes it feels like it goes a little too far.
Just slightly. Some stuff, yes, I totally agree with. Like, it makes sense. This one, really?
I feel like see, the problem though I have is I feel like saying that makes me feel like old. Like, I'm a crotchety old person on the internet, you know.
Yeah, it's like, it's not being
exactly,
crotchety
Nicole.
old, it's being freaking
Apparently
logical.
It means bullying. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, thank you, Enthuse.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I'm not.
Thank you for representing us.
Yeah, I know you're younger than us, so I feel better about it.
I feel better.
Yeah. We're not old.
We're not old.
Jamie, Jesus.
I haven't even started my career yet, Jamie. I have plenty of years left in me. Don't put me in the retirement home yet. 30!
All that makes me think of is that like viral sound that was going around though, and they did it with like Gojo. I sent you once, and it's like how old even are you? And it's like, you know what? Guess, and they're like,
yes, I'm like
35.
35. It's like what? Usually,
because they like see someone visually.
Low. That was the low answer.
And they're like, I did, and you're like, that was the low.
My favorite one I've
seen. Jim.
My favorite one I have seen so far is Emily has a short. She was talking about like napping when you're older and how it just absolutely wrecks you. So she went on a little bit of a rant like, inner clock, let me sleep. I'm so tired. I'm old. And someone in the chat went, menopause? And she's like, excuse me. How old do you think I am? That would just crack me up every time. Like, how dare you?
I mean, it is very how dare you, though. Like,
it is incredibly how dare you. Yes, menopause at 25.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Please. We're going through enough as it is. No more.
Interesting, Roval. That's a fun one.
Ooh.
Yeah, enthused. Yeah. That audio. The one I mainly remember is they did it with Gojo and like
it was like a
Yuji
hand-drawn
and Nobara,
version too. Like they drew their own models and things.
Oh yeah. It was like an artist did it, and it was just very. What? Yes,
the most
Jamie.
important decision, Jamie.
You already picked which poster you were gonna get. Now you have to pick the size. We only currently have one of the big sizes ordered, so I'm happy that we do get to print one. I'm debating which one I want for myself.
I'm so excited. Because
in theory, the bigger one is nicer quality.
We can.
That's why they're more expensive as well. This is like significantly expensive. Well, it's more like Mars. It's which one do I want to get myself? You know, that's the true question, right? Which one do you want? You have to decide these things.
PCM. Put Noop in a Rockstar outfit.
Ooh, I want the bunny onesie, like from A Christmas Story.
These are both very different vibes.
Yes.
I feel like Noop with the multiple eyes and the wings would look really cool in like that grunge, like pop punk aesthetic. I could see her pulling that off.
I see, Roval. I see. That one I understand more about how wild you're getting.
Grunge. That's what I'm thinking of. Pop punk grunge.
Oh yes, Band-Aid outfits.
Band-Aid outfit, exactly. Nah, Noop would be shredding that electric guitar. Just going.
This is the one leg that I'm not. It's not working for me. Just.
This one's just fighting you.
The other legs, I'm like good. This one is just not having it. Ooh, okay, we're gonna.
This is the process of arting.
We're gonna try something a little different then.
I'm very surprised my cat has not tried to barge into my room all night.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest part about commissions, I find, is because I do have to draw something specific, especially when it's like a lot, you know, dynamic. With the busts, it's like pretty easy, and that's why those are like the ones that we like give away more and do whatever with, because it's like character, do it, you know, it's like very simple.
Neck,
but when I have to do like a whole thing, it is definitely like, if I'm trying to go for something specific, sometimes it just doesn't happen, and that's what makes commissions difficult sometimes.
Totally understandable.
Oh, darn PCM.
Well, Roval, we actually have a Band-Aid.
Yes, we do have a Band-Aid. I do have the list. It's alternative because honestly, that's all that I listen to. And also, come on, vibe. Okay. Like alternative shit is like the vibe.
Alternative
though. Like,
Outcast. Come on, God, it writes itself.
Come on. Second, Milano is so they all do lead vocals on certain songs, but Milano's the main lead vocalist.
The main singer.
Also the main guitarist, like the guitarist. Yeah. They only have one guitarist. He is the guitarist.
We got Ferrix on the drums.
Aster on the bass, and Sinnet on the keyboard. Yeah. So he does a bunch of different stuff.
And Hotson is the fanboying audience member.
Yes. However, he does sing once, but he never plays an instrument. Sometimes he will sing, but he doesn't.
He sings once after some encouragement from Milano, and it
gives vibes like Given at that point, doesn't it?
It gives so many Given vibes.
It gives way too many Given vibes.
Okay.
And I did this before I knew about Given.
Chat, you need to help me. Valentine's Day is coming up, and I need to watch something. I am torn. Because I've already watched Yuri on Ice 3 years in a row.
Yeah, Given. Do Given, man. Come on. Do Given.
I gotta watch some. But you gotta hear my other choices.
Okay, fine.
Given is one. Skate the Infinity is another. Because then I get Matcha Blossom and Reki Longa.
Yeah.
Or Saibakui Bisco. Because in that one, I get more outright declarations of love.
You made it way too hard, Mom.
I know! This is why I need help!
Saibakui. Come on. It's the season. We know there's season 2 coming out. You gotta.
I know.
Yeah, everyone's saying
okay.
Bisco.
I'm seeing Robo Bisco, Jamie Bisco. Have you guys watched Saibakui Bisco?
Okay. Are you guys excited for season 2, man?
I guess I have to watch
season
Bisco.
2.
Did you guys hear about season 2? We're getting season 2.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
So
I'm reading the light novels right now. It's really interesting reading through novel 1. Literally from the word go. They are saying like Milo felt a swoop in his stomach as he looked at Bisco, and I'm just like, oh my god. They're so fucking gay.
No, John lied, Jim. You can't even watch that once.
I'm not, no. Unless you're talking about Netflix. That's actually manageable.
Yes. Oh, I recently went to a ramen restaurant with my mother yesterday. It was very delicious, honestly. Top tier, high recommend. And
you have to tell me where this place is.
I mean, it's
I love ramen.
So we'll have to go.
Ooh.
I think February we'll do the actual. You come out here, and
I was squealing over season 2 of Saibakui Bisco TD Pod. TD.
And what was I saying? And the entire place is just someone. I'm assuming the owner is just a One Piece fanatic. They have like a figurine of every single character, plus some doubles, plus manga printouts.
Those are
and
best
like,
ramen
oh my god,
restaurants.
oh no, it's fucking delicious.
Like, when
I need to go there all the time,
and
man.
Stuff in the background, like you know they're passionate.
Yeah, so freaking good. So good. It was delicious, top tier.
Okay, I have to ask. Do I say the name? You know what? I'll ask this question later. I'll ask it off stream.
Okay. You could just DM me.
Okay, I'll DM.
I've gotten tons of DMs, Jesus.
Well, I did have to send you this one Bashwood fic I found because you told me about the genre you've been reading. And this one I read the other day was very cute and very wholesome.
I think my Ace Attorney trivia question was too easy.
My finger, okay, I did this thing where I was carrying my phone and then it slipped out of my fingers, and when I caught it, my finger hit the spoiler.
So sad, PCM.
So I couldn't participate.
No.
Very mad.
It's okay. I have another good tie question that I'm excited for. I like to wait, though. I like to see if anybody else is gonna do one, and then, you know, like, it was pretty late when I posted mine, you know, because it was like nobody posted one. I'm kind of like backup, you know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Yeah, so Roble and anyone else in chat who likes Saibakui Bisco, the light novels, God, they're so gay. They're so gay for each other. It's so damn obvious, like even more so than the show. And the show literally had Milo resting his head on Bisco's chest and declaring his love during a particular scene. I'm trying to not spoil it for anyone in chat who wants to watch it.
As you very well should.
But, oh my god, it's so fucking gay. Beautiful. It's amazing.
ever made a name that later on they found actually exists? No, because I make sure, especially so in Outcast, I make sure like we research the names.
Oh, Outcast, yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like Aster and Avrit, you might find that name somewhere else.
But they're common at a certain point. But it's like places, you know, or the thing that you get when you look it up is like what we want you to see, you know?
Oh, I see. The first result is the character that's supposed to be. I gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we welcome the unrelated noob content, PCM.
Of course.
Yes, Roval, the conservatives might come after you, if you read Sabiku Ibisco. Or they'll just look at it and go, oh, aren't they such good friends?
Yeah.
Friends that rest their heads on each other's chest and
they were
always check
and
on
they
each other
were shroom mates.
They were shroom mates.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sorry, that was epic as fuck. Never speak again. No.
Oh, PCM, come on, that was top tier.
I was amazing. That was the best thing I've ever fucking said at this point.
That was good. Yes, they were shroom mates. No, they were. They're sitting on top of a mushroom. And
thank you, Jamie. I appreciate
with his head on Bisco's chest, listening to his heartbeat. God, I'm so excited to. I have the light novel volume 2. I can't wait to read it. Like this is uncharted territory. I don't know what's gonna happen next in the story.
Ugh.
Well, if it's going on her gravestone, then it's, oh my god, they were tomb mates.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just impressed that I have never ever heard someone say that they were shroom mates. And I'm just like, it's right there. It's just fantastic.
There and right for the taking. Yeah. What I love so much about Milo being a doctor is how they're depicted in fanfiction. Like in canon, Bisco's this super tough, like kind of rough and tumble kind of guy, and Milo's like entering a new world and he's a little weaker, he has to learn. Meanwhile in the fanfiction, like they still run with that. Oh yeah, totally. We were watching Saibikui Bisco as we were writing out.
My favorite.
There is no doubt that there was some inspiration
there.
My
favorite is anytime I'm like to Dylan, I'm like, oh, I love this character. This character's great. He's like, did this inspire X character from Outcast? And I'm like,
yes!
Not explicitly, but like, I mean, vibe, you know? But like vibe, you know? What, he said that about Leos. He was like, Ori, did Leos inspire Hotsun? I was like, definitely not explicitly, but like fucking vibe, you know? But like vibe, you know? But like vibe.
There are hints. There are definitely hints. I feel like when writing Milano's dialogue, I took a lot from Gallo from Promare, because Gallo just embodies this pure himbo energy of, I can sometimes say the dumbest shit, but like my brain is still on. Like I'm always still thinking, I'm still considering people, and you know, he's deeper than you think. Like that was always the vibe I wanted for Milano, and Gallo just embodied that perfectly. I definitely took a lot of inspiration from him.
Yeah, the crouching moron hidden badass. You know, we're here for it.
Exactly. And Bisco, definitely not a moron, but he's got that, like,
similar.
I portray myself as a rough guy, but then you find out, like, oh, he really cares about Jobby, and he really wants to save him, and then he cares about Milo, and he's opening up to him. Like, he opens up so much to the point he cries over Milo. I'm just like, oh, too cute.
I pass all the vibe checks. But I think actually Milo's character is seen a lot more in Senate.
Yeah. Oh, wholeheartedly agree. Mollusk animated armor.
Yes. Oh, that episode was so.
God, that episode was
well.
Amazing.
I was so happy.
I am so glad Trigger is doing it justice.
But okay, back to animation shit. look at how Trigger animated Dungeon Meshi. They have classic anime open close mouth. There's no lip syncing. And there is so much of it that is them just still talking to each other, or the backs of their heads where they don't even have to make the mouth move at all or do any expressions at all. Like, there's so much that it's just like, yes, this is very, very basic, and that means that the food making shots can be gorgeous and the backgrounds are just fantastic, and I really am excited to see like the major battle that they have,
like,
and it's
everything has the right weight to it.
And it's just like
everything feels like it has the gravity in this world. Like, it's perfect.
Yes, it was so good, Roble. They did it really good. I'm so there's always that like I have only run other manga.
Ori has never gone through Promise Neverland Season 2 syndrome.
I have only ever read one manga besides Dungeon Meshi.
I have been burned.
And it was part of the My Hero Academia. So before that section, like Season 2, I think I had watched, and then I read the manga through what like Season 3 was or something like that before it came out. But I kind of stopped watching My Hero Academia. But Dungeon Meshi was like, I love this manga, right? Like, it was like reading it, like, it's my favorite manga ever. It's fantastic. I love it so much. It has literally everything I ever could have wanted. Like, it's everything. And so once to hear that it was coming out with anime, I was like, okay, please be good, because I've heard the horror stories of bad adaptations, and I'm just like, this is my favorite. Like I have never had this before.
This has shaped Ori's personality.
It's like, it's out of
like Ori's core memory.
The animes and mangas that I specifically are like, these like very influenced me. Definitely Fairy Tail and definitely Dungeon Meshi.
You guys know that Mind Palace from Inside Out? You know, you have the little island that runs the brain, and it's got a core memory that helps run it. Ori's got an island for Dungeon Meshi in her brain.
Exactly, Roval. That was the concern I had, because that is what happened.
Add me to that list of folks, Roval. Don't watch it. Don't bother. It's oh God. They did it so dirty. They did it so damn dirty. I will never get over it.
And so this was my fear, right? This is my fear of like, I really want this to be so good. And so far, I have loved every moment of it.
It's fantastic.
Like that, yeah. Dude. The mind touch. Honestly, I was so happy I thought about that though, and I'm also happy. Honestly, there's not a lot of like indoor scenes in Outcasts so far, right? Like, that's just how it is.
Just the boathouse. That's it. Well, boathouse, treehouse.
There's two treehouse rooms. There's the office of Olus in the prologue, and then there is, of course, Hotsun's Mind Dungeon. And so I loved doing that. Hotsun belongs in some kind of dungeon, that's for sure. Ooh, well, we'll see what the authorities think about his shenanigans. Jamie Punk. Oh no, I was too ace for that. I was too ace for that. Oh, just whoosh.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, see? We're
I gotta be honest, I didn't read the word belongs.
I read it like he should go to jail for his crimes against, like, Senate and...
How dare he
That's how
Sushi
I read
Boy.
it. Yeah, that's how I read it.
The audacity. No one hurt Sushi Boy.
So, yeah, whoosh.
Right over our heads.
Yep.
Gotta catch up, Jamie.
So behind Jamie, we're in the Ferrex arc now, Jamie. Yeah.
Glad you like it, Enthuse, or at least I assume you do.
Enthuse, that was literally inspired. Oscar literally said in chat, he was like, Sushi Boy. I was like, oh,
or he was literally like,
after stream, stayed up till like 3 a.m. doing that. I was like,
she is sending me this art at like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, I'm fucking asleep.
Hey, you got to wake up to it the next morning.
I did get to wake up to beautiful Sushi Boy art.
So
which woke me up very fast. Because I'm just like, oh, let me scroll through my messages. What the hell?
Ooh.
I mean, it's good, but this is not what I thought I'd see at 7 in the morning.
Because I didn't do it at 7 in the morning. I'm
Glad
excited.
You think so,
I have a whole set of like Valentine's Day posts that have like a normal one and then like a spicy one.
Ooh.
So like they're planned, and I
hope
to have some time today, but I haven't yet. But I am on track now of how fast all this is. So I know Jamie. Oh my god, I can't remember. There was some character that I saw the other day that was like fucking gender goals or so. Oh no, it's Bond. That's who I keep thinking about. It's Bond from Moriarty.
Moriarty the Patriot.
Yeah. Because,
that took
Bond
me. Okay,
that
took me a second because for a moment I was like the
no,
dog from Spy X Family.
Yes, he's gender. No. Bond from Moriarty the Patriot is the most gender goals ever.
God.
1. But 2, yeah, literally every single character in Outcast is just like, yes, gender goals. Every single one will be. I mean, not Olaf or anything, but all like the main ones that were like.
I mean, he could be for somebody.
Yeah, not for me personally. He had a specific.
We don't
also,
judge.
Barnett probably won't be gender goals. He'll be good though, but
Barnett, I feel like he's going to have Ozai energy, like classic Ozai.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you agree.
That's 100% the fucking vibe though. That plus
it's
plus like General Zhao, like together.
Bill, because he's a military man.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But
like, scarred.
He's gonna be
beautiful.
Scary.
Is there any fantasy
webcomics similar to fantasy novels of old? Rofel, I actually picked up. So I do watch Red from OSP, Overly Sarcastic Productions. And they had a trope talk the other day talking about the small mammal big adventure trope. They actually recommended a webcomic called Scurry. It's about a little mouse living in kind of a barren world, just kind of figuring out what happened. The whole thing is based in survival. I'm pretty sure it's fully available on its own website, but on Webtoon, it looks like they're slowly re-uploading everything. Last I checked, they were at 5 uploads. So, not fantasy per se, but I have a feeling you might like it.
I missed the title of it. What was it?
Scurry.
Ah.
So it's about a mouse. What's kind of fantasy about it is the way the characters talk, at least from what I've seen, is very much like the old Guardians of Ga'Hoole book, or the Wolf books that I can never remember the name of, but were spin-offs of Guardians of Ga'Hoole.
I never did the wolf ones. I remember Seekers. The bears.
Oh, I remember
from the Warrior Cats one, because that was actually my introduction to Warrior Cats as Seekers.
Warrior Cats was my go-to. I tried reading Seekers. I read the first book. I liked it well enough, and then I picked up the second, and I never finished it. I don't know why. Bears did not resonate with me as much as cats did. I guess maybe because I had my own cat, so I knew how cats move. Maybe it was easier to envision for me. I don't know what the difference was.
Yeah, my first experience
I could not get into the bears.
The Warrior Cats writer was Seekers. I picked up the first book and I read all of those and I was like, wow, I really liked this, and like being told from the animals' perspective.
Wolves of the Beyond. Thank you, Jamie.
And where they talk about like how animals see like, cars and human stuff, like that's really cool, because I like that in Happy Feet too. Like they did that.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And so I was like, this
it's like
is
a
really
different
neat.
Interpretation.
It's really fun to think about. And so then I got into Warrior Cats. But I think I actually read Guardians of Ga'Hoole first.
Like Kitty Pet's Two Legs.
Yeah. Or like how they thought of the cars as like other
that.
animals that were weird. It was just very interesting.
Usually they'll ignore you, but sometimes they hunt
I
cats.
didn't get very far, Jamie, and I definitely read them when I was younger and definitely not analytical in any way. So I would not have said.
Honestly, I could revisit those books because I was not as analytical back then either. I definitely have to go back and see if it were. There were definitely some books I liked more than others in the Warrior Cat series, and I can't help but wonder if the ones I liked were written by the same person in that group. That would be an interesting experiment.
There's only one book series that I can recall that I had to stop reading all the series because the author changed. And that was I read all of the Wizard of Oz series. I read every single Wizard of Oz book by the original author. I really loved them. I had a great time. And I tried to read the first book that was like co-written because unfortunately the author passed away like partway through writing it, right? So it wasn't like fully written by him. And immediately I could tell. Like immediately I was like,
What series was that?
It's all of the Oz books. It's literally like, look up, like there's a whole, it's a ton of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you get all of the lore. I mean, that's how, like, you know, the Return to Oz, you know, film, like, you know, like all that stuff, like it's darker than the original movie. It's more like the second movie where there's like kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like Wheel of Time. Yeah, by L. Frank Baum. That is the original author. And there's like a ton of there's a ton of books after that. And it's really, really interesting. But then the first one that wasn't written solely by him is like something Scarecrow, and I can't remember what it was. Wonderful Wizard of Oz, The Marvelous Land of Oz, Ozma of Oz, which is really, oh, that was fun. Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, The Road to Oz, yeah, all of these are great. Emerald City of Oz, so they just keep going. Yes, the Patrick Girl. It was something with the Scarecrow. Yeah, that one, the first one. The Scarecrow of Oz was the first one, I think, that was not fully written by him, and that was the last one that I read. Yeah, it gets, like, weird after that. But yeah, they were good. I enjoyed them. Ozma, not
I'll have to check out that series. Oh my god. Ozpin is from Ruby, isn't he? No, that's Oz something else.
No, Ozpin is from Ruby, I think. Yeah.
Ozpin is from Ruby?
Ozpin is the Ruby guy, yeah. Yeah, Ruby. Yeah. The green.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Who then became a child, and then I kind of fell off the Ruby chain.
Yeah, I definitely fell off once he started inhabiting the kid's body.
He was so good as an adult, though. I forgot what he looked like. Jesus fuck. Jesus. Like Gojo before we had Gojo. Like, Jesus.
Okay, Ori just had her second awakening.
I forgot. No, I remember loving John a lot. I loved John.
So the last season I watched was the season between Clover and Crow. That was the last thing I remember seeing.
Yeah, me too, basically.
And just all of Crow's happiness being taken away.
Jamie, I have read all of the graphic novels except the very newest one that just came out. I read the first 5, and I have the 6th, but I have never read the books.
Because that reminds me.
Came after that time.
I need to give you Iron Widow.
Yes, this is a Saturday thing, because I have to give you Dungeon Meshi.
Yes, book swap.
Yes, book
and
swap.
We both need to start Deep Water.
Yeah, we gotta do it. It's, you know, it's on the list. It's one of those.
I was hoping to finish the first Saibikui light novel first, but I don't know when
honestly,
that happens.
Honestly, it would be good because I can take it to work, and I shouldn't be scrolling on my phone as much. I should read instead.
Less screen time for Ori.
Really, the art style was jarring? I didn't have a problem with the art style.
It was see early, the CGI like 3D being really strange.
That's going back to what I was gonna mention though about what Vox Machina did really well is the merging of CGI and 2D animation, which I think they did one of the best that I have seen. in recent times, because sometimes it's like really weird, but you can definitely tell, of course, but they use it when it's like, yes, this is where you should use it, right? I'm a little sad that the dragon was CGI, because I feel like that would have been, it definitely is a big asset that does look very different, but like they used all the zombies, right, as like CGI, so that was good. I thought that did very well, but it definitely wasn't as bad. I think they really started nailing down like 2D-esque CGI animation with Trigun Stampede and its predecessor, Dragon Prince.
Beastars?
Beastars did it pretty well too. I think Dragon Prince
Beastars would be the predecessor to Trigun Stampede.
Well, specifically,
that series came before Trigun from the same studio.
From the same studio, yeah. Beastars walked so Trigun could run, because Trigun did it very well in the end. Like, I don't have any issue with the Trigun.
It was so smooth.
They did it. And of course, like, Spider-Verse does it very, very well too.
Oh, Spider-Verse does it amazing.
But I'm glad because in theory, while I do greatly prefer 2D animation, I completely understand that you can get much, I guess, quote-unquote, higher quality for less effort with 3D animation. And so I'm happy that we are getting to the point where it does look good, like I want it to look, Jamie, I think you would love it, actually. It's not
make
as
sure it's
dark
the 2023 version.
Yeah, Stampede.
And
Trigun
then you
Stampede.
can backtrack to 1999 if you'd like.
Trigun Stampede is the one we're talking about.
Yes.
That's the 2023 version.
Soft boy Vash, not Goblin Vash.
Yeah, baby girl Vash.
No, I've been watching clips of 1998 Trigun. He is such a little gremlin.
Oh, yeah.
In that one. I'm like, god damn, it's like a totally different character.
And say Wolfwood too is very different. It's just like
Wolfwood is so much goofier.
He's goofier and not like cynical.
Version.
And I'm just like, oh, I need my like cynical man back.
I'm so used to him being cynical and like, fuck you, but I'm gonna mess with you because it's fun.
It definitely really gives like 90s anime vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very much like
it's got the 90s look, it's got the 90s vibes, it's got the 90s dialogue.
I have seen about 1 minute of Code Lyoko, and because someone that I knew in college that was my friend really loved it, and I couldn't do the art style.
Was it the big forehead?
Yes, that is the big forehead CGI one. I can't do it. I will say a significant amount, probably more than it should, is wrapped up in the art style. Right.
It's the same reason Ori won't watch the original One Piece.
Yeah, I can't do it. I want to like Luffy. I want to like Zoro, but the way that they look just is not, it doesn't do it for me, and I just can't get past it. I just can't do it. Like I have to like how the characters look.
Especially for something lengthy like that. Like you're gonna be looking at that art style for a very long time.
Yeah. Is that bad of me? Am I missing out on certain things? Yeah, probably. And I can totally get past. Like I wouldn't say that Cherry Magic is specifically an art style that I would have been like, yes, specifically. Like, it definitely goes, in a different direction than anything I'd normal. Not to the extreme of, like, One Piece has very different ones. And I obviously like Adventure Time and, other Western cartoons.
One Piece is basically anime meets Looney Tunes, I feel.
Yeah, and I just couldn't do it.
Especially with the character expressions. Like, it feels very Looney Tunes-esque
it's like,
to me.
Okay, it's one of those things where it's like, everyone's simping over Zoro, and I want to simp over Zoro. Like, I want to.
Sure, Jamie. I can actually pop it in chat for everybody.
Maybe DM it.
Or in the Discord?
Maybe DM it. We're just gotta be safe.
All right.
Technically, ARG, right? So, yeah.
Oh, that's a fair point.
But, we're talking about pirates in One Piece. But yeah, I want to simp over Zoro. I really do. I understand. Live action Zoro, top fucking tier. but I can't get behind official Zoro. I can't do it. I have watched some of Totally Spies.
I like
have not
the
seen
fan
all of
art.
I've never watched Martin Mystery. Yeah, some of the fan art is really, really good.
I will say this about Totally Spies. I remember when that first came out and Cartoon Network was doing this big countdown because there was another spy show that came out alongside it, which had like, I think it was 2 boys and then 1 girl. It was like the classic 2 boys, 1 girl type setup. And I was like, that one I didn't care about. But Totally Spies, I was like, oh yeah, it's all girls and they're spies and they're using like makeup and stuff to hack into things. Like, this is so cool. This is making like girly stuff really cool. Because I was a bit of a tomboy growing up. And when this was coming out, like, people were trying to convince me to get into girly things. And I was like, but I don't wanna. Now here's this show that looks like it's making girly stuff look cool. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm all over that.
I definitely...
I remember watching the full movie
than Totally Spies. Yeah,
I will say this. I did not watch Totally Spies for very long. I did tune in for the premiere because it felt like a huge event. But after, I think, like, the first couple episodes, I fell off of it and just went back to the reruns of Teen Titans and other stuff.
The shows that, like, definitely set me on this path is 100% Kim Possible. Like, out of all, like, the early shows I watched, I would have to say, like, Kim Possible was the show that I actually watched, like, when it was coming out, that I really, like, did. Because I didn't watch the original Teen Titans when it was coming out. I didn't watch Avatar The Last Airbender when it came out. You know, like, I was not on top of those shows in any way. The 2 big ones were Adventure Time and Kim Possible. And then Gravity Falls is, like, the turning point. And then I watched Avatar, and then I watched, you know, Teen Titans, like, all the way through specifically. You know, like, I made an effort, like, and that's when I got into anime as well, around the same time. It's all Tumblr's fault. I will literally blame all of it on Tumblr.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate, Jamie.
That, you know, it's bound to happen. There's a lot of ads.
Arg.
Arg indeed. It doesn't want you stealing your booty. I'm just Mr. Krabs now.
Totally Spies was definitely a commodity of the 2010s.
Like, Totally Spies was one of those shows that I also, like, that I remembered, and so I tried to, like, go back and watch.
Time capsule shows. It was like if Mean Girls were spies. Such a weird show.
It was definitely, yeah. I don't know. I've never had a problem, Jamie.
2010s. I know it existed during that era somewhere.
I've used it for years.
And that's how I found it, because Ori passed it on to me.
Yes. Honestly, it has literally been,
well.
It has been, like, so since this, like, content animation awakening that Ori had in 10th grade because of Tumblr. That is literally the site. I don't even know how I found the site. I don't know how I found it. And I have used it since. Versus Mars is like, oh yeah, they shut down this one and this one doesn't exist anymore. I'm just like, nah, I've been going this guy everything.
Effing chat for Kiss anime. I will dearly miss it.
So it's by far my favorite service.
The only sin that I think it committed was not translating Mafuyu's song.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the only sin that website committed.
I know they do enthuse, but this one has held strong. I actually kept on this site through its name change. So it originally went by Watch Cartoon Online. That, like, you had to type that whole thing in, and it was .io, and you had to type that whole thing in. Now that doesn't exist anymore. Now that's what WCO stands for.
Ori's seen it all. She's a veteran.
Yeah, seriously though.
I was using that for a time too. That was what I went to once Kiss Anime died.
But yeah, I gotta say, this is my tried and true, my bread and butter.
I watched the entirety of Hunter x Hunter on Kiss Anime.
I've watched all of Adventure Time.
I watched season 1 and season
All
2 of
Fairy
Gintama
Tail.
on Kiss Anime.
Literally everything Mars and I watch together
Good times.
is on that one, Jamie.
Yep. So okay, Jamie, I'll help you out here. I'll give you the stampede. There's a stampede coming. Hold tight.
All right. Look, the body has finally done a thing. It's finally here. It finally worked.
Also, Trigun Stampede has a dub, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it's Johnny Young Bosch as Vash.
Yes, it is.
Which...
No, the two anime that I'm, like, kind of like I wish I watched the dub are Stampede and, like, Jujutsu Kaisen. Because Gojo is just, like...
Oh, Gojo? The voice actor... Are you crying?
Oh,
like,
I can't. They had, like, I saw, like,
and me.
either you sent me a short or I just saw a short and it was, like, the voice actor...
I sent it to you.
Yeah,
I
okay.
know I sent it
so
to you.
it was, Mars sent me a short. It was, like, the voice actors at, like, a panel. And they like, someone, like, they, you know, like, getting asked questions or whatever, and they, like, they're like, Gojo's voice actor, ask us if you're crying. Ask the audience if they're crying.
I'm in tears. I have not watched
I've not watched Ghost Stories
dub.
at all.
I want to, though. Okay, Ori, do you know the Ghost Stories dub story?
Is that the crazy one where they, like, didn't have a budget and they just went nuts?
That's the crazy dub where they didn't have a budget and the actors went, fuck it, we're going to make our own script.
I have seen clips of that.
It's great. I have only seen clips of it. I think my favorite one is, oh, a somber scene of people standing in front of a blood-red lake. That doesn't seem threatening at all.
Yep, well, you know.
I can read! Not much, but I can read. And those numbers are backwards!
See, that's one of those things that's, like, same with, like, you know, how they do it with the Ace Attorney dub. I miss, like, getting bloopers of shit.
Same.
The bloopers are a lost art form, I feel. I feel like there's not enough.
A lot. Like, one of the things I really like, so Pixar used to do animated bloopers.
And that's a lot of effort. I don't expect that.
Oh, it's a ton of effort.
But the Toy Story, like, animated bloopers,
God,
I can't.
They're hilarious. The Bugs Life bloopers were so hilarious.
Jamie.
Like, seeing Hopper being like, this is the 5th take, I will be in my trailer. Like,
yeah, really, it's great.
That was good.
But Jamie, so if you don't know, No Evil has a bunch of bloopers or, like, outtakes episodes, which you definitely should watch because I roll. Like,
they're very good
on the ground.
They're
so funny. But they're really good. And we're due for another episode soon.
Yes,
in theory.
It's almost that time. Here's hoping. Yeah, definitely, Jamie. I really want to watch the Ghost Stories dub, though. I was thinking of doing it around Halloween, just for, like, something, like, spooky in atmosphere, but also hilarious, because I think I just need that.
Yeah. Why is this not bringing me to what I wanted to?
Oh, beautiful. I would kind of expect it to be, Jamie. This site is pretty good about having everything you need.
Yeah, it's great. I don't think there has ever been anything... No, that's a lie. There is one thing, I can't even remember what it was. There was one kind of niche anime that we watched that was only available in dub. I think it was, the fishing one.
Oh, Suratama!
Yeah, Suratama was only available in dub on that site, but that's, like, the first time I've run into that.
We had to go to 9 Anime for that one.
We had to go to 9 Anime for the sub of that one. But that's, like, the only one that I have... Well, I think 9 Anime only has the sub, so, you know, it was very interesting. But, that's the only one I've specifically found that has been like, damn, we tried to watch it one way. But 99% of the time, especially if it's even a moderately well-known anime, right? Like there's some sort of fandom for it. Like I think Sarutoma's just really small, right?
Sarutoama definitely has a small fandom, although people would like it if they watched it.
Oh,
it's got the goof, it's got the camp, it's got the laid-back vibes, but then it's also got the power
and the art
friendship.
is really fun.
Oh, that water animation is gorgeous.
It's very cute.
The
it's
way
very
they
fun.
depict Yuki being nervous is just so good.
Yeah. It's definitely a slightly different, anime art style, but I enjoyed
Grandma
it.
is wingmanning so hard for her grandson.
I know. She was great. Grandma was great.
Hi, yes, I invited this alien boy to come live with us.
Mm-hmm. No, don't. You can thank me later. I know you will.
Yeah, you can thank me later. Now go fishing together, you two. Go save the world.
I keep needing to make this canvas larger. Dang it.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Big dragon. He's a king for a reason.
And I refuse to shrink it.
Do what you gotta do. I'm loving the pose.
I'm very happy that we finally got here, yes.
Stop the timer, guys. How long did that take? 2 hours?
Way too fucking long. I mean, I will say it took longer because, like, I'm talking and stuff, too.
To be fair, we were distracting you quite a bit.
Yeah, but, honestly, better that you were, in a way, Then you can't get as frustrated. It's harder to get frustrated when you're trying to entertain a chat.
That's true.
So. No timer, no. Ah. Or we try to get work done. That's what a lot of streams have been recently, just because Ori has a lot less time than she did before.
Ori is relearning that work-life-work balance.
Yeah, which is honestly, it's very manageable. You just gotta like prioritize and figure it out. And I don't want to stop streaming, but I also have things to do, so compromise. And you guys like hanging out, so works for me.
And you get to see some little peeks into what we're doing, so I feel like that's a win on your end.
Yeah, and we're always questions, so anytime. And we like to hear about your guys' days too.
Exactly. Oh man, shit.
Okay, this is great. Need some more fluff and stuff.
Fluff and stuff.
Silly, fun, talking stuff, exactly.
I'm glad, because that's always the goal.
That is
just
the
to
goal.
Be silly fun.
Yeah, I know we used to do a lot more game stuff, but yeah, it'll probably be a fair amount of time of these sort of chilling, getting stuff done streams for a while.
Mostly just use us as your podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And we love to interact with you guys as well.
Oh, I don't think I ever finished the thing I was talking about way earlier tonight about the Am I the Asshole channel I've been watching. Yeah, so what I was going to mention, it was because I said something
Audible's
using
the
tone and intonation that Timster Damas uses.
Mm-hmm.
I've been picking up a lot of his sayings, like "Oh my Lanta."
Yes. Oh, Wiener Jacket of the Week award.
Wiener Jacket of the Week.
Spicy meatball. No, the one Tis Peak, my lord. That's the one I do.
That's the one
now.
I've been using.
Peak.
I have been using Tis Peak, my lord.
I do that one
Tis
a lot.
Peak, my lord, and oh my, somebody cut me off while driving today, and I was like, "Oh my Lanta, what's wrong with you?" Oh geez, did I just say that?
Yep, you did.
It was like that moment when I was leaving your house, Ori, and don't ask why I get cut off. The area I drive in is terrible. But this just happens. We were watching Randy Cunningham, 9th Grade Ninja, and I literally screamed, "What the juice," when I got cut off.
Yes, what the juice is I use we still say "so says the jackanape." Because apparently, according to Dylan, that you just win that argument now. You just win, just immediately.
That's the end of the argument.
Exactly.
You can't argue past
You can't get past "so says the jackanape." Whoever gets there first wins.
Jackanape. You can't go further than that. It's the end of discussion.
Indeed. Good night, Mason.
Good night, Mason.
Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I know, right, JB? They're so... I have rewatched those. Like, I have rewatched them. I find them so, like, hilarious. And honestly, that's, like, the dream. Unfortunately, I mean, Dylan makes his own bloopers in the contract, so, you know, there might be bloopers. There probably will be bloopers. Quote-unquote bloopers. There's very little where he actually, like, messes up, you know? But there is definitely, like, chatting in between, so we'll get there.
One day.
Well, I hope to... Once I finish dubbing all of Entry 2, that whole thing's gonna be one video, right? And that's where the bloopers will probably be.
We are being spoiled, you guys.
It was a while until that. I say. A while. How do your feet look? You still only have 2 footy claws.
Yeah, you gotta get those footy claws in there.
His feet. Okay, that one does not do what I want it to do. So we're gonna fix it by doing this. Amazing, fantastic, lovely. The other one is hidden. It won't be hidden for long, though, because I need it to come out. This one and this one. Lovely, lovely.
Gorgeous.
Okay, there we go. Oh. Yes. I just want to finish this sketch before stream ends. That's it. I'm very happy with his head, though. And I know he's more wolf than dragon.
So good.
But I feel like that was always going to be the case. Just because, like, how he is, you know? To make him a dragon, he's got to be kind of wolf, you know? But once we add the wings, which I will have to figure out how I'm going to do, that'll probably be the turning point. Badass. Oh, and I have to give him his collar.
Give me this as a mount. I'm gonna ride into battle.
So my understanding is that something looses something. I can't remember what. And so this is her mount. Is King, Dragon King.
I feel like wizard would be pretty spot on.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
That just feels right to me.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely makes sense.
Ooh, does that mean this king is getting a saddle?
I don't plan on drawing one. But we'll see what the client says.
Yeah, Calamity's VA can sing.
Yes! Well, it's Calamity and Kitty are the same voice actor, and that is Betsy Lee, the creator, is Calamity and
some hella vocal range.
And then her brother is Huey, who can also sing.
Yeah. Very talented family.
Yeah. It's great. It's so good. But that's like the dream, honestly, though. Like, and that's why I'm so happy we're doing the dub, because it's like, let's all be friends and make funny, silly videos together. And I was just like, yes, lovely.
I feel like you've always been that type, Ori, because you had your archive back in middle school as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you always wanted the funny friend videos.
I mean, literally, the first thing, so a lot of things that Mars and I did together very early on in our like baby friendship, when we like knew each other but weren't really hanging out, was do like Spanish videos together. Yeah. That's like one of the first things. And then,
but it was pretty fun.
After I started dating Dylan, literally one of the next things we did was make his funny video for his English class.
I feel like that's the gateway into friendship.
Well, it's like, if you can make funny, goofy, silly video together, then, like, it's kind of, like, only up from there, you know?
And, like, the walls come down, you get to just be yourself, they get to see you at your silliest, and after that, you have nothing left to lose.
Exactly.
They've already seen you at your goofiest and most unhinged.
Truly. What is this? Dot, circle, part, circle.
I think my favorite part of that Spanish video is, for one line, there was a line about being late for
the bus.
It was the bus. Yeah, it wasn't like work or school. It was just the
bus.
No.
What's hilarious is that we go to work, but we catch the bus, but not in like a city bus. In like we were trying to make it a school bus. It was very funny. It was very not cohesive.
We were middle schoolers. We had no idea what we were doing.
Honestly, it was kind of the charm.
We don't own a bus, so what were we going to do? We asked Ori's mom if she could drive her car down the road.
The car that I'm driving right now. That's the same car.
Yeah. Same car. It has been immortalized in this video. We taped a piece of paper to it with just the word bus written.
Not even in Spanish. Not even in Spanish. Literally just the word bus.
It was just the word bus.
We didn't even think about it. And we filmed her driving it away.
And then when we were editing the video, we zoomed in on the signs so you could barely see the car.
Yeah, because we're talking like we were in middle school. So this is like
this was like video editor, video
this
pad,
is like
Windows
early 2010s, level camera, right? So it's like bad quality.
It was so bad.
Yeah, Spanish class videos are nuts.
Spanish class videos are crazy. I have done so many. There was another friend I did some with where we made 2 music videos, which were honestly really fun to record. Those came out more serious because we had the music and we were trying to fit like each scene and action to the lyrics. So the first video was like a let's live our life kind of video, like every day's a party. And then the next video was about someone leaving and going away. So we basically create a melodrama.
Oh my god.
Where we were at the train station and the plot line, quote unquote, was I was leaving, I was going away, and I leave my friend behind, and we're waiting until that day we see each other again. And in the meantime, we have all these black and white shonen-esque memories of us like hanging out on the couch, laughing together, going places, all these good memories. Oh, when can I see you again, best friend?
I think one of the goofiest...
Watching it though, looking back, it was like, okay, our classmates probably thought something else was going on.
Like... But, no, not at that time, though. Not at that time. It was not. We didn't know enough. But, no, I think the funniest, like, this represented something, Jamie, that I did for a Spanish class thing was, we had this short story about this farmer whose crops got destroyed by hail, okay? And we had to, like, make a new ending for the story. It was, like, extra credit or something. And, yeah, literally
Yeah, Jamie, actually.
At the time, though, I really don't think... I feel like we were in the height of they were roommates, so, like, I don't think anybody really thought anything
We were definitely in the height of they were roommates.
But we had to represent crops, which we represented by, a hose, like it getting rained on. It was great. But then we had to represent the hail destroying the crops. So how did we do this? Well, the crop was one of our friends dressed in all green with like tissue paper sticking out of them to be like leaves because it was like corn, okay? So there's that. And then to simulate the hail, we took ice cubes and we gently like tossed them at him. To represent the hail, and then the friend had to dramatically like fall to the ground because the crops were being destroyed. Yeah, we threw ice at him. Not very hard, but we threw ice at him. So, and he had to look like it was hurting him and falling down.
That is freaking hilarious.
It's so funny. And then that same friend for that same video had to be El Jefe of the post office. And so we took one of my father's shirts. Now this friend is like Mars sized, okay?
And no.
Yeah,
so
we took my dad's shirt, and my dad is like a 6'1", big guy. So we took one of my dad's shirts and we stuffed pillows into it. So he was very square with the little leg. I have to draw. It was amazing. It was like square, like very rounded square body, and then the pants with like the little legs like this, and then the little arms like this. Well, the arms were shorter because they were in the thing, so it was like little arms like this, and then it was just head. It was beautiful. It was amazing. Yeah, really though, Jamie.
Oh my god, that's too good.
But I think with that image in everyone's brain, I feel like that's where we're gonna end up. I'm kind of hearted out.
Too good to
it's
end.
Too good.
On.
We gotta end
perfect.
it.
We must.
Let me save. But yes,
Spanish videos. They lead to the best things.
You are. Thank you, all YouTube channel members. Let's see if this is correct. I don't think it is correct.
God damn
it,
No,
it is correct. It is correct.
Oh.
We're good. Thank you, all YouTube channel members. Thank you, everybody who's bought a poster so far. Don't forget to get your Outcast poster if you want it signed.
Thank you so much. I gotta be honest, this is beyond my wildest
dreams.
Got
one more day. Like, 1.5, maybe.
From something we created is kind of insane.
It's really nuts. I'm so
wow.
surprised, if I'm being honest. It was one of those things where it's like,
I'm shocked.
Wild. But yes, thank you guys.
Unbelievable.
We will see you all for Ace Attorney tomorrow, hopefully, for the Dylan show again. Will Ori get to speak as a character? Who knows?
Only time will tell.
We'll see you then. Good night, everyone.
I feel like Beanie's time on the witness stand is done.
Yeah, but we got Iris.
That is true.
All right. Good night.
Good night, all.